Floyd and he was me,
Yeah.
he wouldn't never have to fight again because that exhibition shit,
Yeah.
as me being his little brother, hey, little bro, we finna do 10 rounds and we both gonna get 100+ million for it.
Right.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
Right.
well, I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Right.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes. Got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it. This channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdueboxing shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme's sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. "4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
It's time for another raffle brought to you by the JBT. Our first item is a new 10th generation iPad with a liquid retina display which shows off beautiful color and has plenty of power for all your handheld computing needs. Great for work, play, or just movies on the go. How much is it to enter, you ask? Just $10. Or you can catch the deal with 3 entries for just $25. It's easy to enter. Just cash app your entries to $ JBT Network 1. That's $ JBT Network 1. Our second item is a set of Konichi Bear Bluetooth noise canceling headphones. Great for gaming, movies, or travel. As the second prize in this great raffle. Our third item is a Ninja brand air fryer. Great for all your air frying needs. Cooking healthy with the JBT. So send your entries via Cash App to JBT Network 1. That's JBT Network 1. $10 each or 3 for $25. Put raffle on the comment line and you are entered.
Yes, sir. Shout out to everybody. What's good? What's good? We back in the building. They build on this good boxing and give it its just due on this good Thursday. How y'all feeling, man? Y'all already know. Smash the like button on the way in. Sub to the channel. Turn your notifications on, and be either a peekaboo shorty or you come build with the fam. Shout out to the JBT family. Y'all see the raffle still going. It's getting close to the end, and we appreciate all the support thus far. $10 to get you in, and you got 3 different prizes to win, man. 3 different prizes, man. Get that Ninja brand air fryer so y'all can stop burning water, man. Eating them TV dinners and them hot pockets. Get you some new, Konichi Bear headphones, or a good, that good old 10th generation iPad, man. But let's get to this build. Let me say what's up to the fam. Crush, my guy, was good. Was good with it, bro. Big Dre, peekaboo mode. It's all good. Mike Kirkland, my brother. How you feeling, bro? Dub J in the building. What's good, family? What's going on with you? How y'all feeling? We back to build on this boxing, man, because ever since they made it official announcement that we already made over here. Shout out to my guy Jusdueboxing that was on point with his information. We told y'all 2 days in advance what date, what month, where it was gonna be at. You still had people questioning it, but here it is today, and we got it. And you hearing it's a lot of different opinions. Antonio was good with it. DJ Talent was good with it. Straight Deuce. Oh man, shout out to my guy, man. Trey Deuce in the building, man. Shout out to you, DJ. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to the fan. We're gonna get to this, man, because like I said, I keep hearing a bunch of different opinions on this fight. And I'm hearing people suggesting that this fight should be at 130 to somewhat please the fans. And I don't know if I'm completely on board with that, but I'm not against it either. You know what I mean? And I'm not against it simply because, you've had his representatives, you had people in his team, even coaches and different things saying that this guy could still make 130 if he wanted to, right? Key word, if he wants to. Ace, what's good, family? All love, bro. You know what I mean? If he wants to. And I think that's just where we at. I hear people say he did it for Leo, right? He went down for Leo, did it for him. Yeah, and that was some years ago when he did that. You know what I mean? Since then, he settled in comfortably at 135. And I just don't see what's so difficult for people to understand about, at least as of right now, because that's what's coming out of his mouth. That's where he's at. That's where he's campaigning at. He's not looking to go up and down. And, he's not looking to bring the opportunity to people. That's what it appears to me. So with that being said, you can't really expect him to make moves that would either benefit the fighter or just him just giving up his leverage. And I think it's a lot at play when you talking about him, moving in any other division, right? Outside of where he's at for obvious reasons, right? Like I said, just giving up your leverage and moving out of where you comfortably established yourself at as one of the guys, right? And I think it's to the point now where no matter if he decided to go back down to 130 and had his fight, he gonna be the guy wherever he campaign at. I think he's earned that to this point, and that's just where we at, right? He's a draw, man. He's must see TV. So doesn't matter what weight class he campaign at. I think he still have the same leverage, but again, it's about comfortability. And if we're talking about a guy that could arguably still be at 130, you got a lot of people saying go back down there in particular for this fight, for this specific fight, and that'll make the fans happy to some degree. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Roy Jones going to find the best every fight. Y'all play basketball and day of the fight. You get what I'm saying? Roy was a damn freak athlete. But my thing is, I think we just come off as a little bit selfish, and I understand it. Boxing with 2-4 was good with it. I get it. You want to see what you want to see when you want to see it. You feel like you got your money. I say this all the time. You're willing to pay for it. You feel like they should deliver it. Case closed. But I think it's a lot of other factors at play. And, a lot of times we just don't consider what the fighter wants to do. You know what I mean? Drew Division was good with it, bro. How you feeling? You got a guy that ain't cared about belts. So when you hear people talking about, oh, he ain't did this and did that, that's because that's not what he was chasing. You get what I'm saying? So it's all about what these guys be wanting to do, man. shout out to Drew. You a fool, man. It's all about what guys be wanting to do, right? So like I said, it just comes down to preference, comfortability, forfeiting your leverage, you the opportunity. So you feel like, if you're in his position, do you bring that opportunity to people? Do you move off your perch, off your your stoop? You know what I mean? Do you move up off your throne at 135? Like I said, he's made a home there. That's where he's comfortable. And I just feel like, if that's the fight that you want, and if it get offered to you, 135 got to be in heavy consideration, right? You got to heavily consider go in there because that's where the opportunity is. So when opportunity come knocking, you go get it, right? Or opportunity don't come knocking all the time. So when it do, in this case, opportunity came knocking for Lamont Roach. And what is he supposed to do? Cry about the weight? Cry about the weight, cry about 5 pounds, cry about a weight that he's campaigned at several times over. And I'm going to pull up his resume and we're going to go through it. But I just don't see that being a reality. And like a real fighter, you know what I mean? He accepted the challenge. He didn't do too much crying and whining. You don't hear him complaining online about money and none of that stuff publicly. He's just ready to go, just like a real fighter. And I think that's where the fight starts at with me. This not a dude from what we understand dragged his foot when it came time to get this opportunity. He was all on. He was all in. You get what I'm saying? He was all in and willing to go up them extra pounds to take on this challenge, right? So I hear the argument about the 130 thing, but I mean, look, you'll be satisfying what? A few disgruntled ass fans that's going to be mad no matter what you do. They still going to find a way to critique it, criticize it, and downplay it simply because you're not doing what they want you to do. But shout out to the Boxing Voice. I'm going to play this quick clip, man. And this is where I started hearing some of this from, with this 130 talk.
Lamont Roach took a lot of shots from McCory his last fight. If Tank were to land those, he's going to get put to sleep. He lost to Jamel Herring. Hector Garcia landed some good shots on him. Tank went ahead and just made that dude blind. We don't know if Hector Garcia can see right now. I would respect this more if Tank was going down to 130. How you Gervonta Tank Davis fans and Leonard Ellerby love to say, yeah, Tank can make 130. He's really 130. Well, go down to 130 and fight for Lamont Roach's strap.
Yeah, I mean, he did it before for Leo, but yeah, I guess it would make it, easier for people to swallow. But again, casuals don't know about weight. They just know it's Tank and he's in a fight and he's fighting a champion.
He's fighting a champion, right? And I think that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Cash, what it do, my guy? LaMarcus was good, bro. Mike Mazak in the building. Whenever I got Mike in the building, it's a great day. Shout out to God self. How you feeling, bro? So Alan, what's good with it, my guy? Is that idea? Oh yeah, that was Two-Tone, the guy Two-Tone, talking on the Boxing Voice. But look, I hear that argument, I understand it, but at the end of the day, why is it hard to digest or process a fight that's going to campaign at a weight class, obviously where the A-side guy is at? Why is that a surprise? You get what I'm saying? I hear the 130 stuff because you're hearing people say he can make it, but why? You get what I'm saying? Why? You get what I'm saying? What's the incentive? Why? So people could be like, oh, well, yeah, what's the difference? He ain't going to be at a disadvantage. No way. No, either way, like, I think that the result is going to be what it's going to be. I just don't feel like the weight is going to be the impact. To like trust and believe, come December when this fight take place, the winner, when they get their hand raised, not one of us watching the fight is going to be like, yeah, man, if the fight happened at 130, yo, man, Lamont Roach would have won, and nobody in the world is going to say that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Nobody with no sense is going to say that. Yeah, well, if he would have just went down to 130 and fought him, we would have respected it. Man, miss me with all that respect stuff, man. I'm not trying to hear it. Aisha, peace to the queen. How you feeling today? I just don't want to hear it. I just think it's a sad excuse. It's grasping at straws at this point, because you're pretty much asking a fighter to do something that they're not going to do. You know what I mean? They're not. Boxers don't move to just satisfy a small group of fans. You know what I'm saying? That's just not going to happen. Especially when you Tank. I mean, what reason do you got for doing it? You get me? What reason do you got for doing it? And I just want to highlight something, y'all. We're gonna talk about this, man, because again, man, I'm just tired of the complaining. And like I said, I hear people's argument loud and clear about the 130 thing, but nah, I'm not pushing that, and I'm about to show y'all why I'm not asking for Tank to go to 130. I'm about to show y'all right now why I'm not asking him to go back down to 130. And why I'm not tripping about Lamont Roach coming up to 35. Shout out to my guy, man, Mike Mazak, man, and the Cash App, always supporting the grind. Much love.
And
bro.
we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to my guy, Mike. Appreciate you, bro. Let's get to this, man. Let me pull this up. Let me show y'all something real quick. A1 Hoop Zone, what's good with it, my bro? How you feeling? Let me show y'all something real quick, man. Okay. Yeah, here we go. I'll share this for a minute. Why do they always got some ads up, man? Get this ad out of here. I want to show y'all something real quick, y'all. We're gonna take a look at something. Take a look at Tank Davis' resume, right? They're always complaining. Now you'll notice at none of these points did he ever, well, shit, this fight down here, but that's a one-off situation. None of these fights, right? You see him at 35 for none of these fights. Not none of them. None of them. All the way until you get all the way up here to your Yokas Gamboa. That was a one fight there at 35, right? Then he jumped, he went down for Leo Santa Cruz, as they mentioned, right? Thomas Hill was good, bro. Yeah, he went down, jumped up. Just look how he did this. People don't even get it. First, with all the weird shit. He went from the 30. His last fight was Ricardo Nunez. We all know he stopped him. He stopped Gamboa in his first fight at 35. Moved down to 30. Stopped Leo Santa Cruz. Jumped up to 40. After only having one fight at 35. Jumped up to 40 for Mario Barrios, then went back to 35. Eastside Cruz was his second fight at 35. You know what I'm saying? Rolly, third. Fourth, Hector. Ryan, fifth. Sixth. So he had 6 fights at 135. This is some people I don't think take into account. He got 30 fights, but what is it? 6 to my that we just counted happened at 135, bro. 6 fights. Like, I get it, you know, but you obviously see he's fought most of his fights at a lighter weight, at the weight class where Lamont Roach is at, you know, obviously right now where he's a champion. He fought more fights there, you know what I mean, than he did at 35, obviously, right? You get what I'm saying? And here we go with Lamont Roach, man. Let's get Lamont Roach up here. My bad, y'all. Let's get Lamont Roach up here. Let's just pull this up. This is going a little bit further than surface level because, you know, people only surface level in boxing, man. They only see what they want. They only see what they want, man. Look at this, man. So you go down here, you see Lamont Roach. He had a fight in the 140s too. Well, at 143, this is pretty much like welterweight in his first fight. You get what I'm saying? Then he fought at 35. This was look like it was at 30. This looked like it was at 40. This looked like it was 35. You get what I'm saying? This looked like it was 35, 35, 35. You get what I'm saying? I don't understand what people don't get at 130. This is 35 again. That's 35, 35. You get me. Look at how many fights that he had at this weight class. I don't know why people tripping. So he had just as many fights at 35 or more than Tank Davis did. So you get what I'm saying? I don't see what's the need to trip or lose your mind about him coming up to a weight class. As we can see, he's campaigned higher than in all actuality. You get what I'm saying? Tank ain't never fought no damn welterweight. I mean, let's do it again. 142, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, I see 9. So I heard somebody say 12, but I see 9. 9 fights he had at 135. You get what I'm saying, y'all? So I don't see why are we making all this noise about you know, them fighting, you know, at the weight class where the champion is at, where the current champion, he's the big deal, he's the opportunity in the situation. Why in the hell would he have to go back down just to make people? So who in their right mind think he can go down to 130 and do what he gonna do to Lamont Roach down there? You get what I'm saying? Lamont Roach is not crying. Why are we? I'm not crying. The man fought at he fought at lightweight more than Tank did. We just counted it. This simple stuff like this, people will never do this. Just like the people that think, you know, Joe Cordina never fought at 35 and they wrong. He got more fights at 35, I think, than Shakur do at this point. But people don't, they surface level. They don't look farther than the last couple fights, and they just go off that, the last fight or two, and that's it. And they'll just make a decision. So if I see a guy that has more fights at the weight class that he's about to fight at than the current A side, why am I tripping? He can do it. He even fought higher than that. He's fought at 40. He even fought that one fight at 47 pretty much, because it was over 140. It was 143. That's welterweight. Come on, man. So I ain't bugging, man. It's just one more reason to complain. Again, weight is not going to determine who wins this fight at all. It's not going to be nothing to do with weight. It's going to be skill, and y'all know that. Y'all know how it goes. Skill, talent. Y'all know the rest, man. Samuel, what's good with it? Cal, cool. Blessings, family. How you feeling, bro? You get me? So, Melon and Queen, peace. How you feeling, Queen? Good to see you as always. Yeah. So I don't see the issue. I don't see the reason for the trick to lose your mind over it. Just do your homework a little bit. It don't hurt. It always give you a better perspective on this fight, especially fights like this where people are like, when you see that and you see that he had more fights at this weight class than Tank, don't tell me Tank bringing another guy up. He's bringing another little guy up, then a guy that's going to be bigger than him, a guy that is bigger than him. He fought at damn welterweight. Like, you get what I'm saying? Don't tell me, like, he fought a couple fights up there in the 40s. Like, what are we talking about? He's big enough. He's more than big enough. Like, just call it what it is. Is he going to be able to match up to Tank scale for scale? Maybe he going to have a problem there, but at least he going to fight. At least he ain't whining. At least he going to be prepared. I'm going to tune into the Cigar Talk interview later on too, man. I'm guessing that's going to be a good one. So I'm not tripping. I don't think he should have to go down on 130. I think Tank could do what he do, no matter what weight class he went to. He showed you that. You get what I'm saying? He fought Gambo at 35, first fight there. Then he went back down to 30, sparks Leo Santa Cruz, then went from 30 to 40 and knocked out Mario Barrios. Don't tell me he can't move down to 130 and still do exactly whatever is going to happen. Come December, is going to happen regardless of the weight, is what I'm saying. So I don't understand, you know, the reason to lose it over this. You know what I'm saying? Rule was good with it. He must not have been comfortable there because he not back at 30. Nah, I don't think that was the problem. I think 35 was a sweet spot for him. I think he found a sweet spot, and, you know, he turned that into like a money division. You get me? You know what I'm saying? And now, when you look at it, I think the toughest challenges is still, you know, at the very top are still at 35 for him. Like, if you just look at the names and the matchups, the you know, the most, I guess the two fights you would want to see the most, obviously, is him fight Loma and Shakur, right? Them guys at 35. So I think 35 made more sense. And remember, it was a little more stacked at once upon a time, because you had Haney there, you had Tio there. There was a lot of, you know, they was there. It was guys there, but he wasn't comfortable at 40 for sure, because he said it. He said he wasn't comfortable up there. He said you took a fight up there, he ain't like how he felt. So he went back down to 35 and continued to beat ass. And I just don't understand the issue with that either, because he clearly kept it real with you. You know what I'm saying? He said, look, man, hey, man, took a chance up there. It wasn't comfortable. And he settled in at 35. Like I said, Lamont Roach got more fights at the weight class than he do. And he got a couple fights at higher than 35, a few of them. So, he going to go in there and it's going to be a fight. I don't want to hear all this move down to 130 just to make somebody that's sitting on a couch that probably can't even throw a punch, a couple punches without getting tired, probably can't hit the bag for a minute straight without being tired, telling him what weight to fight at. I'm sick of it, yo. That's why they be sick of it. That's why they be going off like that on the fan. I'm telling you, I'm starting to see it, because we always talking like we know what's best. Do this, do that, do what I said. It's a very selfish approach when you talking about telling somebody how to facilitate and move their career. You get what I'm saying? We all know what fights we want to see. Like I say that all the time. There's no argument there, but how you get to that point is I think the problem that people have. And a lot of times we unrealistic with the expectations. Jay was good with it. Jay Dixon in the building. And a little homie to go over to 54, save his power. You know it. Teach was good with it. Yeah, from now on, crime. Flying frequency, what's good with it, fam? Rule said God made Tank little, but he signed up as a boxer. Pernell Whitaker. Now, ain't nothing wrong with that. But it's all preference too, Rule. It's just what you want to do, right? It's a conversation that we're gonna have. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to more in depth with this. Like I said, I'm gonna drop the link just in case anybody want to come up. Sheldon, what's good with it? Nah, yeah, for sure. And that's working in his favor right now. Joseph, what's good with it, fam? So ain't nothing wrong with, like, I just want to be clear that we all on the same page. We want the same things, but I think the difference is how we get into the destination, right? You know, you can't force people to be available just because you sell tickets. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, no, and I said before, in boxing, everybody is going to do what's best for them at that current point. How else could they move? So I think that's what Team Tank and them are doing right now. Just you look at the chessboard and see who up there. It ain't a whole lot. So at least they taking a guy that is a current champion, that dude got 27 fights to his name, you know, got some experience. That stuff matters too. So maybe he'll put up a good fight. You know what I mean? I see it being a good one for as long as it lasts. However it lasts, I see it being, you know, something good to look at. But like I said, I'm not gonna I can't trash a fight, and I can't beg for a guy to go down a weight class. Like, he ain't already showed you that he could do something like that. I don't see why he should have to do it now, all these years later. You know what I'm saying? And I like Lamont Roach, man. Lamont Roach said, Houston, we got a motherfucking problem, man. And Tank retweeted it with the nails. I don't know what that means. Tank got to do a little bit better, man. I know Tank Davis taking a less is more approach, but what is this, bro? Like, what's the nails? You saying he's soft? Like, what's going on? What the hell the nails mean? I never even knew what that emoji meant anyway. Like, what do that mean? Is he saying, he must saying he's soft, man? Something, I don't know. That's true too, though, Steve. They don't. And one thing about me, you know, the last couple of them I called live. So, you know, I definitely always make sure, you know, you got to pay for the fight, yo. You can't be that opinionated if you're not willing to pay for it. You really can't be. That you're not even supporting the product at that point, you know? So, all right. Yeah, you see me, LaMarcus, you get me? I get it, bro. I get it. We don't know enough to approach these situations like we do. And when I say we, I'm not saying, you know, I'm just saying the people. So I'm kind of throwing myself in there, but not really. You know, we approach this the wrong way. We just be saying anything. I've seen people tweet the Tank, won't you give Kid Austin a shot? Like I'm telling you, the stuff that they say to the fighters, and it makes zero sense. Like, we got to be more educated than that. And that's why I say, man, we be over here having real conversations. These people just be saying stuff. You got people tweeting him shit like that. Give Kid Austin a shot. Like, what the hell? I seen him. Somebody else just tweeted him, fight Andy Cruz. Like, you can't make this shit up. That man got 4 fights, man. Andy Cruz will get melted in the ring with Tank Davis. But these fans, for some reason, they just don't get it. They be dead serious. Yeah, give Kid Austin a shot. Fight Andy Cruz. Why are you ducking this one? It's like, yo, what? Seen somebody else tell Shakur to fight Kid Austin, fight Abdullah Mason. Why don't you and Keyshawn fight? It's like, that's why they go off on y'all, because y'all say a lot of stuff that's not reality right now. You know what I'm saying? All things was good, family. Ashley's corner was good, cuz how you feeling? It means your bothered cousin was good. You're right. Oh, that you're unbothered. Oh, that's what that meant. Tank gotta give us a little bit more to that, man. We're going with this less is more. He gonna tweet one emoji, bro. No dots, no nothing extra, bro. He ain't double up, triple up on them with just one emoji, a hand, painting the nails, bro. He's a fool. Tank do good talking. It's the Berlanga and Devin. Yeah, man, that's good. Must see TV. Kind of local. My guy was good with it, bro. I'm probably in the minority, but I like this fight. Nah, you ain't in the minority. I like this fight too, bro. I like this fight too, kind of. Mr. In Pride, my guy was good with it. Melted like somebody already saw, but I'm telling you, Cash, he had melt that man in there. How busy was good, bro. Phenomenal show in the building. Was good, my guy. Does you be having a bunch? Yeah, I do, yo. It do. A young, hungry like Tyson Ali at a young age. Look, I like the some of these young ones that's coming up, but just the opportunities aren't quite there for some of these fighters. It would just be completely giving guys an opportunity just because some fan tweeted it on Twitter. You get what I'm saying? It's not even in the realm of making sense for boxing. Like it just don't. Like this stupid for a guy with 4 fights still adjusting to the pro game, and I obviously see that when he fighting. There's nothing wrong with that because it's very early in his pro career, at least. You telling Tank to fight that guy. Like, it just don't make a lot of sense. The female emoji meaning they painting their nails because they ain't worried. Unbothered. That's what Cuzzo said. Same difference, right? Don't watch regardless if you're a hater or a fan of boxing. Yup, so get mad. Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest. You know? they be hot. Say it with your chest. Start sending this.
If you can't fight, get out of my DMs and get out of my text messages. I'm going to repeat that. If you can't fight, like if your hands ain't shit, do not call me, do not text me, do not be in my DMs. Y'all have a good night.
Yeah, I'm doing people like if I send that to you, you know what? If I send that to you, you know what time I'm on, bro. you know what time I'm on. But yeah, this is a good fight, man. I like Lamont Roach energy, and like I said, I'm gonna look forward to his interview tonight. I think it's at 9:00. I'm gonna tune into that. I'm gonna see what he got to say. I think he real. I think he confident. I think he gonna prepare himself the best he can. And go out there and try to win. But we all know what Tank Davis brings to the ring, and we ain't quite seen Lamont Roach operate at that level. I mean, they do have a common opponent, but the fights played out. I don't know. People, Hector Garcia put up a scrap in both of those fights. You know what I mean? He lost both of them. Tank punched him blind, but, Lamont Roach did a good job against Hector Garcia. He did a really good job, man. That was a good fight for him. Better than Grow right now fight him. Because they know it don't make sense, though. And again, better is like to me, I think people take this like they allow power to kind of dictate everything for them. If somebody punching harder and they have some skill and talent with it, they automatically assume that that person is on the same level as every other boxer. Nah, that dude, like I heard somebody comparing Abdullah and Keyshawn Davis. And I'm like, you do know Abdullah Mason got like, I think it's like we got like 3 more fights than Keyshawn. But look at the difference in the competition that they're fighting. That's no slight to Abdullah. That's just an honest observation. If you see the guys that he's fighting, some of those guys being small dudes getting brought up to the weight class, the stuff that they complain about with Tank, even though he's a prospect, that's what they're doing. Some of those guys he be fighting ranked 200 and something. You get what I'm saying? High 200s and even lower down the totem pole. So it's just different. Like, people just give power way too much credit, man. You know what I mean? You can't knock everybody out. You gotta have them skills, you gotta have that pedigree, the fundamentals, that IQ, you gotta have all of it. Folks flipping fight, man. These fighters not see, look, you the third. I think you the third one today. Kano, you, me, LaMarcus said the same thing. Cornelius was good player. How you felt? Like we said this. I said the same thing, bro. I'll be saying I understand why they go off the way they do. I get it. It'd be crazy if this fight ended up being the most entertaining fight of 2024. Yeah, they were using say Tank trash instead of giving Lamont his due. Yeah, that's why over here, Kyle, we're gonna make sure we give him his due, man. I don't have no reason not to. It's crazy that we don't even give good champions, quality champions, any credit. And if the reason they dismissing this fight is because of 5 pounds and they talking about Tank need to go back down to 130, I just showed y'all why that's ridiculous. He got more fights at the higher weights than Tank do. He got more fights at 35 than Tank do. That's crazy. And nobody did that research. They just all say, yeah, he's just bringing up another little guy. The little guy that's going to be bigger than him. Just don't make sense to me, man. I don't get it. So and what about Lamont Roach? Y'all treating him like he ain't nothing, man. That's why he told y'all, man, y'all got him effed up, man. Y'all treating him like he ain't coming to win. You get me? You see what Lamont talking, man. Y'all out here treating him like it's gonna be easy. He said it ain't nothing easy, man. But I think this fight got the potential to be entertaining. Why? Because you already know, Cal, when people seemingly overlook a fight, it ends up being a sleeper fight or better than you anticipate. It's the fights that we get our hopes up for that we think is going to be, you know, maybe some of the best action we watched this year, but then we get let down. So in this case, everybody's their expectations, what I'm saying, is low for this fight. So I think at this point, any good that comes out of this is a plus, especially if it ends up being a entertaining ass fight for people to watch. Say Lamont Roach just don't lay down, he don't quit, he actually fight back the first time he get hit. You get what I'm saying? So we're gonna see. But like I said, Tank just bring a different level in there. He bring a different level in there, and it's gonna be hard for anybody that, you know, ain't falling that level to compete with. But I think Lamont Roach got some he do some things well in there. He can box, man. He can actually fight, you know. So Thrill says Sharman error to me. Leonard and Hearns at 25-22. Yeah. I think D-Lay was good with it. Hey, do you think Shakur ducked Tank? Nah, I actually, you know, for the information that I got, I know that didn't take place. And I want to be clear on both ends. It wasn't Tank ducking either on the other side, you know. So now it just they didn't get to the point where no offer was facilitated. And then again, you know, Shakur injured, so he couldn't duck nobody if he wanted to. Peace to the queen, Lisa. How you feeling today? Always good to see you. So I like it, but it's a fight. And what if Roach pull it up? Say, yeah, and I get that. And you know, this the year of the upset. But what I'm saying is, you get where I'm going. Most times we get our expectations up. We see a fight, it ain't what we thought it should be. And I think in this case, people are kind of sleeping on this fight. They really just treating Lamont Roach like he ain't good. I can't do that, man. He a champion, man. Is he gonna be on Tank level? Probably not. But shit, how many people do y'all think is on Tank level? I keep hearing he don't got no 50-50 fights unless he go up to 40-47 or something like that. So, I mean, I don't know what people expect. You get me? You got to fight somebody. And Lamont Roach said, yeah, man. And I'm pretty sure he's going to come to fight. Shout out to my brother Mike Kirkland, always putting that color in the chat. Always like how you look at all sides instead of just complaining. Because I'm telling you, Mike, what I've learned is you enjoy the sport better that way, and you have a more balanced and complete assessment. You don't even got to try. You just point out everything laid out on the table, and you get what I'm saying? Make it fair. You know what I mean? Make it fair. Got to. So it's just like, you get to a point where you, like I said, I've been having some conversations lately that have been giving me a lot of game on this when it comes to this box. And then when it comes to these fights not happening, yeah, it be money involved. It's money, but it also be people protecting their investments. I was saying, shout out to my guy Upper Echelon. I was just over there talking to him, telling him the same thing. We keep making people out to be ducks when it's not that. It's business. I'm telling you. I know people hate that, but that's reality. It really be business. You get what I'm saying? It really be business. And if, like I said, with any fighter, not just one, when you talking about multi-fight deals, now that's money on the table. They signing you to multi-fight deals. They trying to complete that contract and trying to do it without you taking a loss. And what comes with that, you taking some fights that people are possibly going to complain about. That really what happened. Like I said it, you know, I'm on the phone talking to this matchmaker, and he's telling us, you know, how you think these dudes are going in there and saying, damn, who the most dangerous guy out there, man? I want to, you know, put my guy in there with him next. It's not the reality. They trying to secure the bag. They trying to protect the investment. And by protecting the investment, it's not as clear as cut as them trying to duck somebody. They just trying to travel a road that will allow them to see the end of their contract and be successful, to maximize the dollar with whatever fighter they invested in. That's what they do. And when they move like that, that way of thinking doesn't always have the best interest of the fans in mind. But it's a balancing act, because think about it. You got to find a way to secure that bag and give the fans something good enough where they feel like they'll go in their pocket and pay for it. So it ain't like you just trying to get people trash. Think about it. They playing with a lot of money. You think they trying to deliver you BS fights? I don't think they trying to deliver you BS fights, but I think it get to a point where, like I said, they're gonna protect the best interests. You know what I mean? It's gonna be the bag. It's definitely gonna be the bag.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Yeah, man. I'm a work on that rule because a few people been asking about it. So I feel like he got some extra time on his hands, no pun intended. But I'm gonna reach back out. I'm gonna see what's up with the champ, man. Jado, what's good with it, bro? Right, boxing is a business, and it's like I know people don't like that part, but try to understand it. And when you do, you'll find yourself a lot less stressed out when some of these fights ain't getting put together because it'll start making more sense. It still will piss you off, but just not nearly as much when you just not in the know. And I'm telling you, they don't be out here trying to put their dudes in here with killer after killer. I know that's what people would like to think, but that's just not the reality. And it wouldn't provide these fighters with no longevity either. If they did exactly what we said do at home, man, these fighters it'd be through, man. Their careers would be short. Just to be honest, Mr. and Price, I'm just tired of all these fans acting like these elite level fighters are available for Tank to fight. They not. So I want to say it is like he can't control or stop the flow of anybody else's career. So if he's handling business in a fight that he's negotiating in a fight that he feel like they gonna pull off and get, you get what I'm saying? That leaves other people for them to go handle business, as I always been saying. And sometimes when you go to spin the block, that door ain't that option is no longer available because that person done made moves. It's just that simple. You get what I'm saying? But like I said, when you talking about these multi-fight deals, man, especially I'm talking about you talking about hundreds of millions of dollars on the line. How you gonna get that? You get what I'm saying? You gonna make sure you make the right moves at the right time to get to the end of that contract and maximize the earnings. Straight like that. They're gonna maximize the bag, and people just don't want to accept it. But every now and then, maximizing the bag comes with giving us the best available fight. And I just think in this particular case, when we talk about 35, I just think we sit tight just a bit more. I think we'll see what we need, whether that's good or bad. You know what I mean? I think time will tell if they're gonna give us exactly what we want. And I'm waiting. Tired of all these fans. Can't a man make excuses for the devil? I call that the wicked. The men do so others can see that are blind and weak. Right, marvelous last four: Heisman, Hearns, Mugabe, and Leonard. Yeah, man. I mean, I do think I just think that was like a golden era thrill. I ain't gonna lie. I just think that was a golden era. But at the same token, it that's an era people go back to because I think it was unique for exactly what the reasons you mentioned in it, right? Guys really did fight a lot of each other, but now it generates more money than ever. I think back then it always was. Don't get it wrong. It's always going to be about the bag, but I think back then it was more, I want to say, glory involved in it, where guys was just willing to take the chances no matter what. But I think now people take calculated risks, and those calculated risks come with, you not always fighting them killers, right? So I think back in the day, man, that just was a special era, man, to say the least. That's the best way I could put it. It was a special era, bro. And Marvelous Marvin Hagler was a special fighter. So it was Hearns, Mugabe, Leonard. Them dudes was it. Zach B was good with it. Lala D, peace to the queen. How you feeling today? Yeah, that was a golden era, but like I said, nowadays it's just so much go into it and everybody trying to get paid. I think it's just more hands in the pot. And I think that slows and stagnates some of these fights too. Because people just can't get the money they looking for, so they don't do it. Fighters can't get the money they looking for, so they don't fight. We just seen a situation with B. Norman and them, right? Couldn't get the money they was looking for, they didn't fight. So nowadays it's like, I think I gotta get some water. I think people are so much more aware of the risks, right? Like it's so much to consider, and I think they on point. So guys are looking to make as much money as possible. You know what I mean? As much money as possible, and sometimes that's gonna come with taking fights that you gonna get people complaining about. Outrage between Roach at the yeah, that's where it need to be though, Mr. Empire. Yeah, it don't make sense. It's misplaced anger. Like they frustrated at the wrong stuff. And like I said, most people, I ain't gonna say all, but most people that's frustrated with the fight that we about to get in December, just not paying attention to the pieces on the board and people's availability. They just assuming. It's a lot of assumptions that go into the way people feel. They don't have the real legit answers. They just assuming that this dude is not trying to fight the best and he's trying to handpick and select easy wins. And I can't see it that way. I can't see it that way. You know, so like I said they paying attention. They just hate Tank. Man, KO was good, my guy. What's going on with it, man? I just think, like I said, when you look at it and you see their resumes, and you see how many times Lamont Roach fought at 35, and you realize that he fought at that weight more than the guy he about to fight, you'll understand that weight is not going to be no problem in this fight, and that's not going to be the determining factor, man. And at the end of the day, you just gotta fight who's there. I can't stress it enough. And that was good with it, fam. So tunnel vision was good. They don't have assumption. They just want to trash them. Yeah, they just be mad. Zach B was good. At least say we have to look at boxing more than just surface level. I say it all the time. I love that, right? The fighters do not have total control, and they don't. And they don't. And I could see, imagine if they did, though. I ain't saying, now don't get me wrong. Jay Howard was good. Jordan was good, fam. I'm not saying don't take control of your career at all, right? But imagine how stressful it'd be if they had to facilitate all the moves on their own. They had to be in there crunching numbers and calling, making all the calls and just doing everything themselves. That should be pretty draining, bro. That's a draining ass job. I would expect, you know. So it's just not as simple as people not trying to fight as it is that people gonna make their money, man. When it still hurt. I mean, he's not no more, rude. He's not no more, but I think it's just, again, it's a matter of timing because he springboard out of nowhere, posting on IG, flexing, talking about he ain't hurt. They talking about that go to Baltimore to call Tank out and all that stuff. Man, I'm telling you, man, I would like to see the fight. I wouldn't be mad at it at no point. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Edwin, but I could imagine how that fight would end because of how he fight. I could just imagine how Tank would approach that. And if he gonna play chess with Tank, then that's gonna be problematic. You was able to, hang in there with Shakur, but I think Tank could be a different, in terms of style. I think it'd be an interesting fight. But I see Edward. He's brave, man, and brave guys get caught. The boxing's like LeBron in the NBA. Everything you're gonna be a problem. Almost everything you do gonna be a problem. Almost, man. He can't win or he can't win for losing, as they say, bro. My bad. But look, like I said, Al Booker was good, bro. I don't think 130 is the move. I think 35 is the right weight for the fight. And let's see, man. Gotta find something. You gotta find another reason to hate him. You know what I mean? This right here getting pathetic at this point. How they constantly contact people and never call back. Shopping, man. Shopping, Al. I mean, shopping, rude. Shopping, bro. You know? But I can't give you the full answer. But like I said, I could, just from conversation that I've had, like I was telling y'all, I could assume that it got something to do with, the powers that be more so than the fighter. You got Edwin beating Roach. Yeah, Edwin probably beat Roach. That's the thing. Again, I think it's timing, bro. Like the time. Think about it. By the time you heard Edwin mentioning he wasn't injured no more, I don't know if people was paying attention. I've been hearing about Roach for a while, and we reported on it like a couple days before they came out and confirmed it. The right date, the right month, the right location, and everything. So I don't know, man. I just think they was already tied up. You get what I'm saying? And not so much tied up. You already handling business, because I'm for sure that this fight didn't just come out of nowhere. And they had a little bit of time to work things out since Loma pulled out of the situation, right? So you thinking, just look at the timing when Edwin popped back up on the scene talking about he ain't hurt no more. You get what I'm saying? And I know in a perfect world, it looked like, okay, well, let's fight him. But just imagine the pushback that they'll give him fighting that dude coming off a loss. And let's not forget, everybody complained about that fight with him and Shakur, right? And he lost it. So a loss, and a bad fight and an injury. And I'm going to put you on pay-per-view. You get me? Just think about that. That's much worse than fighting Lamont Roach, especially when you look at the resume and you see how many times Lamont Roach fought at 35 versus Tank fighting at 35, and you get it. You got you a fair fight, man. Lamont Roach is going to be bigger than him on the fight night, and just like in any other Tank fight, it ain't going to really matter. He going to meet his demise. It's going to be what it's going to be. He going to do what he going to do, you know, but that's what it is, bro. So I think that's what kind of disqualifies Edwin, realistically, bro. Not so much just the injury, but the coming off the loss. Now, had he won that fight, it'd be a much different look coming off the injury, because he'd be a champion, right? So that's something different to look at. But when you had one of your worst performances, and then you gonna, you know, on the back of that, you have an injury, and then it didn't heal properly, kept you out an extended period of time. Now they're gonna look. They'll for sure say they was picking on him. All right, why you didn't fight him when he wasn't hurt? And well, it'd be all type of stupid stuff. I mean, the same Shakur never got back. Man, I think like again, bro. We could go all day. We could go back and forth all day about that, but I just don't think that fight was you know, in the immediate plans. It's easy. It's like you already heard him say he don't have a specific order, right? You don't have a specific order, but I think those fights facilitate themselves when they make sense. I just don't think that one made sense off the situation. Somebody being a free agent, you looking to fight somebody else. He in between promotional companies, and then boom, he signed somewhere else, and kind of the fact that they're, you know, stuck on not wanting to work with that side is like those talks got to stop right now. And that's why I would think it would be no need to talk about something if you're not going to be a part of facilitating that fight for him. So I don't know, man. I don't have all the answers, but like I said, man, some of these conversations I've been having been gold, and they've been very insightful, man. Rocks with that KO's a catch-22. Shout out to my guy Thomas, man. Have anything lined up? Yeah, somebody, and that's the problem. People occupied, you know. People occupied. Tank team contact them as for his worst. How was he fighting for? Who comes off his worst performance, but Tank team contacts them as for his worst. You gotta say that to me again, my guy. Then he's had a fight lined up, which could have been a unification bout, and it would have been better for Tank's career. Yeah, NL, but when you think about that, right? You look at Lomachenko and the relationship he got with Bob Arum and the point where he's at in his career, you know, Bob probably would be on board with letting that guy make that fight with him, right? At the point in his career. That's Loma. But Baranchik, that would be like donating to the Goodwill or something. That he might at that point. Hey man, look, I said this before, and I mean no disrespect to Dennis Baranchik. He's a champion, but I seen his fight with Emmanuel Navarrete, I think it was. Nah. He absolutely get melted worse than he might get melted worse than Andy Cruz at this point. That dude stylistically won't be a problem for Tank. He'll get knocked out. He ain't fast. He don't got no crazy punch. He ain't super athletic. Nothing he do jump off the page. He's solid fighter, good fighter. I'm not going to slight him, but he can't do nothing with Tank. Nothing. Nah, yeah, like that. And like I said, that'd be like at that point, he might as well they might as well call Tank and tell him that, yo, your belt coming in the mail. I'm telling you, they thought about putting Baranchik in there with him. They might as well call Tank up and tell him, hey, man, your belt on his way to you, bro. Don't even play around with it. You don't come. Might as well just go ahead, get it out the way. Don't even waste your time. Go ahead, mail him the belt. They might as well announce him as the unified champion coming into the fight. That's how for sure I am that he don't stand a chance. And I think you know that Bob Arum, if you ever heard him speak, he say, we'll take chances, but we're not gamblers. And he threw a percentage out there in one of his conversations where if they're not more than X amount, that percent sure that they can win a fight, they're not going to take it. And that's something people got to consider too. I don't care how bad you think the fighter is, how good you think they are. The matchmakers know that too, but at the same token, they think about money. They think about money. They ain't think about somebody talking about, yeah, let me go out and get my guy beat up. You know what I mean? So, yeah, at that point, yeah, man, he might as well. Yeah, he is, but that's the thing. That's Bob Arum. You think he want to donate to Tank's goodwill? Hell no. You don't remember that time he snapped on somebody for asking about Tank Davis, bro? They asked about Tank and Shakur. I think he said, I don't give up. He just snapped. I was like, damn. So you really think he out here in the business of just donating to goodwill? He like, yeah, Tank, man, you might go ahead. They might as well announce him as the unified champion coming into the fight. Because I'm telling you, I'm sorry. I like to count nobody out. Everybody got a fighting chance. But in that one, bro, just looking at him and being able to see several fights of his and seeing them live and live action, he don't got it. That's going to be a slaughter. He going to get beat up. Like, you know how guys come out there and they able to put some early rounds in the bank against Table. That won't even happen. I don't even think that'll be the case. Like, he'll just get beat from the opening bell, I think. I just don't think – I think he don't have enough gears. I think he's too slow. I don't think he's fast enough to really give him the kind of issue. But I would love to fight for him, too, because the unification undercard was good, my guy. Of course, I've taken the Cordina fight. Stay sharp. I'm always screaming fans trying to dictate who should fight. Super fights have to be built. And until then, just fight. I like that, Zach B. Yeah, but look, check it out. He was going to take the fight. But I think people are mistaking their personal feelings for how he was moving. Like, you would be a complete fool, Zach B. Like anybody in their right mind, you would be a fool if when your highest potential payday is there and you like, you know what? Let me find my way out of making my biggest bag right now. Get me? And staying sharp, staying active, which is the whole reason why you did what you did. You know what I mean? Stay active, get a couple fights in real quick. Don't lock you into nothing too long, and you can still have the freedom and flexibility to try to make something shake. You know what I mean? So I think he definitely was going to take it. I don't think he faked the injury or none of that stuff. 80%. I don't think that. Last point sound like triangle theory. Shakur last performance is what people like to bring up. Shakur last performance, but think about it. You got to put it in its proper context. His last performance was Artem. He pretty much beat him almost every single round. I mean, you gave Artem maybe 2-3 rounds if you want to be nice, but he ain't win nothing convincingly. He got beat handily. You get me? So people just complain about entertainment, but notice that's just grasping at straws. You got to complain about if he was getting worked over or if he was struggling in the fight. If he was looking, none of that was the case. It was just and that's why people demanded more, and I understood it because it got to a point where it was like, yo, this dude don't got nothing for, he can't beat you. You gotta just go in on him, beat his ass. And he kind of left some meat on the bone, like I said. Standing 8 count. What's good with it, fam? How you feeling? Little wine crowd about him fighting Baranchik. Yeah, they would have. They'd have kept saying. Hold on, y'all. Y'all let me get some water real quick. Y'all smash the like button. All things. Shout out to my guy. You remember the interview, Lisa? He spazzed. They asked him about Shakur making a fight with Tank. He went off. Let's talk fashion. Salute to my guy Remo, man. Happy born day to my guy. Hold on, I gotta play the video for you. Shout out to my guy. Oh man, where is that? Hold on. Go,
wish her. It's your birthday, we gonna party like it's your birthday. We gonna sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give a fucking at the birthday.
That was for my guy Remo, man. Happy born day, my guy. Man, salute to you. Got a feeling Fury doesn't stay clean in the December fight. If he don't, he could probably flush the rest of his career down the drain for real. Of course, the feeling is the funniest thing. Yeah, exactly, Zach B. You get me? And that's all I'm saying. That's why I didn't blame neither side. From what I heard, it was some type of opportunity there, but probably wasn't capitalized on either side, just to be fair. But I just think it's a matter of what the plans was. Ryan, was good with it, my guy? How you feeling? Shout out to my guy Remo. I say happy birthday to my guy. That's the birthday peoples, man. Shout out to you, bro. Hope you enjoyed. Appreciate you sliding on through, rocking with us for a minute. But yeah, man, he was never gonna be no fill-in fight for sure. And I just think with a fight of that magnitude, you want your slate and your plate to be completely clear. And what I mean by that is, when you fight somebody like that, when you take in what could be, because I know people feel like it's still going to be an easy fight for them. When you take in what could be your toughest challenge, I think you want that to be your first option when you go into that, if y'all get what I'm saying. I'm not saying you can't pivot and make that a plan B, but and this is just my opinion. A fight like that is a plan A fight from the rip. That means, when I say I'm fighting you, that means I'm fighting you. I'm focused on fighting you until I don't get this fight. If I don't get it, it's going to be because of you. It ain't going to be no, like I said before, well, I was going to fight him, but now, yeah, I'll fight you. That's too much, like, right. And boxing don't deliver like that. So I've never seen it coming off of, the way these situations just manifested and broke down. Like, I didn't see it. No, I didn't see it coming to fruition. Not this year. But like I said, we always 2025 is right here. So we'll see. We'll see, man. So this Tank fighting Lamont do anything for his career, overall legacy? It's definitely not no legacy fight, right? But it's a good fight. I don't think his stock rises or lowers in this case. I just think, and I don't want to say it in a way where I'm not calling Lamont Roach a stay busy guy, but at this point, he was like a fill-in. Like what is he, like his fourth option or something like that? Like, that's no slight to him, but that's just the reality, right? So that a fourth option ain't going. That's definitely not going to do for him what a Lomachenko or Shakur win would do, right? Or the fight would do. Of course not. But we all know that. I think for the most part, the reason that those fights are not happening, you can't look at him and be like, yeah, that's on you. You wasn't trying to fight nobody. That just wouldn't be true. You know what I mean? That tells you what level Tank is at. For sure, it do tell you that. You know what I'm saying? It do. And again, that's where I guess people had the biggest issue, because they like, man, Tank gonna kill this dude, man. He don't got a chance. And I don't feel like he don't got a chance, but that chance is very slim. And it ain't, like I said, it's tough to match up anybody at this point with Tank. At 35 is not gonna be a rough night for anybody. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. So Lamont Roach just got to be prepared, bro. As to his YouTube highlight, it might. But Lamont said y'all got him effed up, man. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going like that, bro. Lamont said he ain't going easy, bro. Said he ain't going easy. I mean, I don't know what y'all think this is. But yeah, it don't it doesn't add to his legacy nowhere near the way a Loma win would, but that's where they were going for. They were going for a legacy fight. I feel like Loma is that, because it was a unification. They had some prior history with people talking about they should have fought some years ago. But I think now is as good a time as any because he got a belt and he looked sharp in his last fight. Loma looked like what he was on. He looked like I seen some flashes of the Matrix against Kambosos in his last fight, bro. He ready to fight, you know? Jazz party. Look, I could understand when you feel like there's multiple opportunities to see a certain fight and you don't get it. You think it's them just protecting him per se, but it like I said, after some of the conversations that I was able to have, I come to the conclusion that it may look that way from the outside looking in, but more so they would be protecting the bag more so than him. It's not like they sitting around not confident in him as a fighter, but like I said, people got money vested and they're gonna make sure that they make the right fights at the right time. That's what I think it's all about. I really do. I think it's all about timing. You know what I'm saying? Boxing is all about timing. It's all about timing. Sure, you gotta make sense. So I just like again, just name me a fight that he would be at some type of disadvantage in at 35. And when you look at it that way, there you go. You got your answer. Like it ain't about them being having to protect them as much as it is protecting the investment or trying to, people got money. Like I said, money rules, bro. I can't stress it enough. They really do. But I don't think they don't have no reason to have to protect him in that way. You get what I'm saying? Boost his legs. This is what I always expected. I didn't expect. Yeah, but this is the thing though. Casanova. What you kind of missing is how could you say this is what you expected when did you expect Loma to say not right now? Did you expect Loma to say he wasn't in the mood? You get me? Because I don't think nobody expected that. You get me? I don't think none of us expected Lomachenko to be like, oh, you know what, Tank, I ain't really in the mood to, fight you right now. Nobody expected that. And look, that's he was building something, I believe. I think Loma pulled the plug on his momentum that he was building. I think, he had the Frank Martin smoke. Loma was a good option next, and I think he was gonna move from there. You know what I mean? I hate this because it's a bit of a setback in a sense because I think he could have got Loma now and even a better name next. Because I think that's just the direction you're going. And what he got, 6-7 fights left? It's only so many directions to turn. Boxing, two. What's good with it, fam? So I had Farmer and Lamont Roach fought each other. Oh, yeah, I keep calling a reigning champ a prospect. Who they calling a prospect? Boxing. Who's a prospect? Roach? You saying Roach is a prop? Roach ain't no prospect. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button for your bro, man. Make sure y'all smash it. Yeah, Lamont Roach ain't no prospect. Oh, they keep calling Tank that. Oh, I got you, Boxing. They only do that when they hating, bro. They only doing that when they hate. Anybody calling Tank a prospect, like even when other fighters say it to him, they just taking a jab at him, bro. That's all. Like we all know full well, like you ain't never heard, and this is how you shoot this down, Boxing. I'll help you out, man. How in the hell could a prospect be everybody's biggest fight? You got dudes up at 47, 54 talking about Tank. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? You ain't never heard of a prospect being everybody's biggest fight. That's just pure hate. I'm sorry. I just gotta call that out. You calling Tank a prospect, you really don't like him or something like that. There's no other way around it, bro. He's very accomplished, man. I just ran through the resume earlier. I know a lot of y'all probably missed it, but man, you see what he did. He went to 35, fought Gamboa, went back down to 30, fought Leo Santa Cruz, jumped up to 40, fought Barrios, went back down to 35. Don't tell me that man don't be taking challenges and challenging himself, man. Anything could go wrong when you jumping up in them weight classes like that. And he went from 30 to 40. after having only one fight at 35. Be telling people, man, you just gotta get that man his credit. Yeah, we just got to. It ain't that hard. And I'm telling you, the business of boxing be doing business, and people be blaming the fighters. He's ducking. Okay, all right. Keep thinking it's all up to them. Y'all gonna be mad a lot more if y'all keep thinking that the fighters is just making all the calls by themselves. They don't got no input, no advisory team, nothing. Nobody is just calling no type of shots. Nobody helping facilitate no moves. They just out here picking fights by themselves. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. Yeah, man. Gary. Shout out to Champs. I always got to give people their credit, man. Champs, I did a short interview with Gary Russell, and Gary Russell was talking about Tank again. You know what I'm saying? As always, I mean, when is he not talking about Tank? I mean, people ask him about him, but it's a fight that I think people will still entertain. I really do, because of Gary Russell and you know what he bring. But that not being out the ring, or being out the ring for 3 years, is not good. Like, you know, fighting Tank 3-year layoff is almost career suicide. It just wouldn't be a smart move. It'd be very risky. I know he probably feel like he could do it. He was saying in the interview that he stay in some type of shape. So, you know, but I don't know. You guys say he's not even cleared to fight. You see what I'm saying? Aisha, that's it. I like Gary, bro. I like him. I know people get tired. I like him because I know when he in there, he could fight, but he can't do it from the sideline, not being medically cleared to fight. How you gonna fight? How you gonna fight at 35? Man, he say it take the fight at 35. So he needs to fight. Yeah, he got to get back in the mix, man. He got to get back in the mix. Adrian was good, bro. Look, this is the thing, bro. Gary Russell, even the losses that he got, he fought Loma down to the wire. It really would have been a split decision had he got credit for his knockdown in like I forget, was it the 9th round? I forget. I ain't watched it in a long while, but he had a knockdown in that fight. He didn't get credit for. He lost to Magsayo, but we all seen that they kind of took that from him. They didn't want him to win that fight against Mark Magsayo, and they took it from him. But I'm not saying, you know, Tang ain't the better fighter or nothing, but the levels that separate them is not what people would think. Gary Russell gonna give anybody a good fight, especially and when Tank, I'll be saying as long as it lasts, because at some point he usually catches up to you and then it's all bad from there. But that fight would be a good fight. I don't suggest it off no 3-year layoff, right? It would be hard to process that, and seeing him being at his absolute best, or being able to compete on a level where we could feel comfortable that he's gonna really put up more than just a you know, win a couple rounds. Like, you're gonna really be a threat. And I don't know if you can do that coming off 3 years. Now just follow me. 3-year layoff, damn near, right? And you know, you've only fought as high as 26. You will have to skip 30 and go to 35. No acclimation, and then you're gonna just fight Tank. You see what kind of mountain it is to climb? Like, that's a lot. And you talking about Tank being small, Gary is smaller than him. Zip, you get me. So man, that's a tough sell, bro. I don't know if you could I don't know if you can hop weight classes like that and just fight him and be what you want to be against him. Now, I know how he feel. He confident in himself. I believe that. Like, yeah, I know people feel like Gary just be talking, but I think if the opportunity really is there, I don't think he'll duck it, you know. But that 3-year layoff ain't nothing to play with, bro. The combo. 3-year layoff, new weight class, and he's skipping one. He should coming off that long, you know, that nagging injury. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's the fight. That's not, and again, see, that stuff like that is not smart. That's not smart. That's not smart decision making. That's just being brave. That's bravado. That's just like ego and stuff. Like, that's not a smart fight. I don't care who you are. You got to give yourself some type of actual live rounds. I don't care how much sparring and staying in shape you doing. You can't make up for live action. You get what I'm saying? Headgear and big gloves is just not the same. So You know what I mean? I like Gary, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't even know when to expect him back in the ring. That's the thing. And if you ask him that shit, he can't really give you the answer that you'll be looking for. But healthy Gary Russell gives anybody a run for their money. I ain't saying he just beats people, but that dude ain't no easy guy to beat. He's a smart fighter in there, but Tankers is, you ain't skipping weight classes all 3 years and beating him. I'm sorry. I wouldn't even expect you to try that. You get me? It wouldn't even be smart. Wouldn't even be healthy for you to play with that man in that way. Tank next fight with Lamont Roach, so it doesn't matter. You think it's a better fight. Yo, y'all be going off in the chat. He said, no matter who thinks a better fight. Either go watch the fight or you not. You can't argue what it is. Oh, that's my guy, man. Shout out to Zach B. Y'all be careful. Y'all be going off. Tank would never fight a Gary Russell Jr. Get out of here with that. Nah, not under them circumstances either, because it'll be the same thing as an Edwin fight, but even worse circumstances, because you got way more inactivity that you're dealing with. You got a nagging injury that cost you your last fight, or at least put them in a position to take that fight from you. Like I said, that's a loss. 3 years off, jumping weight classes, people will be complaining. Some people will probably accept it, obviously, because it's Tank, but it'll be a lot of people complaining. You know what I'm saying? A lot. So, nah. Yeah, and now he might put the finishing touches on him, but don't do that. I don't suggest that for nobody. 10 out of 10 Farmers, a legacy fight for Tank Davis. Hell nah, it ain't. No disrespect. It wouldn't be. Listen, it'll be another one of those entertaining as long as it lasts kind of things, bro. But it definitely ain't no legacy fight. He just ain't in the right position for him to be a legacy fight for anybody. If he beat Williams Zepeda, something like that, then now he puts himself in a different light, obviously, right? But hell nah, legacy fight my ass. That still wouldn't make him a legacy fight. He got too many losses, and he's just not in the right position to be anybody's legacy fight, right? And he got too many losses. For real. It's a better fight than Lamont Roach. You think so? Which one? Who you talking about? Gary Russell could fight Kid Austin. You gonna throw him in there with the little Sean Porter like guy, return the match. Shout out. Oh man. Yeah, crazy. Oh, Tevin. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe style wise, you thinking he can do something different in there, but I think he'll stop him. Opulent, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? I think he'll stop him respectfully. Just seeing the way that he allowed Jojo Diaz to beat him, I think, yeah, Tank could be way too much. It'd be too much. It'd be too much. Let's go. Oh, let's go. Shout out to L-Dub, man. Jalil Hackett, bro. Yeah, Jalil Hackett. Let's go. Paro and hit. Man, hold on, man. Let's shout out to my guy L-Dub man. Then I'll tell you, shout out to the fax machine. Now y'all seeing it. So again, I gotta do this. Because I gotta show y'all why I call him the fax machine. Y'all just seen the other day that Tank and Lamont Roach confirmed that they fighting in December in Houston. Right? You know what I mean? We talked about that a day or two before they talked about it. Then y'all seen us yesterday. We talked about Lynn Parrow, Richardson Hitchens, December 7th, right? Puerto Rico. That's exactly what's happening. And now you got Jalil Hackett on the card. You know what I mean? Jalil Hackett is also on the card, so that's dope. Shout out to Jalil Hackett, man. Shout out, see? So that's why I call that man a fax machine. He gave us 2 fight dates now. I just want to put this in perspective. He gave us who we look at as one of the faces of boxing. He gave us that date before the fighter did. And he gave us the Hitchens and Parrow date before they did. So shout out to my guy, L-Dub, man. Jalil in Puerto Rico was dope, man. Dope, man. And Tank put on for his peoples. I think they're gonna fill that undercard out nice with Tank. That's why Tank keep making these fights, because y'all keep paying to see it. Nah, man, hey, look, this time, Casanova, like, I think you gotta include context. Was Tank initially trying to give us this fight, or was he trying to give us Loma? You have to say that. You get what I'm saying? And from that point on, like, it can't just be he ain't try to give us the best fight possible. He was giving us a unification in one of the best fights possible. Fresh Baker, what it do, my guy? Hackett, yeah, I like Hackett. I like his progression. I like his pops. I like they flow over there. I like that energy and chemistry they got going on over there. Yeah, if y'all ain't hit the like button, make sure y'all punch that like button out. How Hitchens gonna be jabbing. You got Lynn Power going. You gonna get there? You think you gonna get Africa? I think Africa gonna be a world champion December 7th. My guy Africa is gonna be a world champion December 7th. Man, a tough fight, man. Power gonna bring it, but Richards and Hitch is gonna have enough on that night. I'm rolling with my guy Hitch, man. Gotta roll with my guy Hitch on this one. Guys too, man. Yeah. Remember he had the Petersons on his card too, Zach B. Remember that card? He had the Peterson brother on his card. Tried to have both of them. I think one of them ended up not fighting. Damon was good with it, my guy. What's going on, man? Tay was good. Richardson gonna end up like my don't do my guy Rich like that. My guy Africa gonna stand tall, man. You know, he gonna win, man. He gonna go out here and get the job done, man. You know, he ain't going out. My guy Africa ain't going out like Willie Lump, man. Remember they always said Tank don't fight slick black fighters. Aisha was what he doing, man. You know, Frank Martin has some good skill. I mean, Lamont Roach. Knocking him one way or another, narratives get shot down when he take this fight. So they just gonna have to be mad. And like I said, this is where I'm at with it, right? I can't tell everybody how to feel. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell everybody how to assess Lamont Roach. I look at him as a good fighter. It's not too many people that's gonna be on Tank level. So you could start there. You know what I'm saying? That list is very short. And with that being said, if you fighting a world champion, a guy that's been building momentum, built a little win streak since his loss, I ain't mad at it. I ain't tripping over it. You know what I'm saying? Gotta go ahead and do it. And if you just can't make peace with the fact that he was trying to fight Loma and Loma said no, and this is what he got, a fourth option, then hey, you're gonna be mad forever. Think Lamont does better than Frank did? I don't. You know what, Teach? I don't anticipate him running out of gas in that way, right? But it'd be interesting, man, because he gonna have to avoid them early big shots, man. He get caught one of them joints early, it might be Clayton's for him. Now they want to tank the fight Ryan on Del Santos fight for his bag next fighters. My bad, almost. Andrew Gray, what it do, my guy? Should have been T.O. 140. But the thing is, this is the thing, Casanova, you got to feel me. T.O. don't want to fight these dudes. He don't want to fight these dudes. Think about it, bro. He just was in an interview. Shout out to Broadway Joel. He said, hey, man, which one of them you want to fight more? Gervonta Davis or Terrence Crawford? Whichever monkey wants the banana. Like, he never gives you straight answers. He had multiple opportunities to answer if he really want to fight Tank. But he up on Cam and Mace show lying, talking about he just pressing them. You're not pressing anything. You pissing people off and you making people want to pull up on you when they see you for real. Like, you're not asking for no fights. You asking to get slapped in your face. It's different. Like, and I ain't one of those guys that feel like you got to be nice to your opposition and when you want to call them out. But I don't encourage disrespect. just every single time you open your mouth, it's like all disrespect. Like I told you, T.O. and his pops color outside the lines, man. And they really don't be wanting to fight nobody. Yeah. And the only he was supposed to have a fight already. Phenomenal. September 27th. He missed his date because he didn't take none of the options that Top Rank provided him with. So now he's sitting his goofy on the sideline. You know what I'm saying? T.O. saying with everybody, Box Hacker was good with it, bro. He said you got Para winning. I ain't mad at that. I know some people still got some questions about Hitchens, but the reason why I'm leaning towards Hitchens because I think stylistically this is a fight that he can do well in, and I think it's gonna be more of a chess match than a fight, right? Parrow showed you he could handle guys that just want to fight because that's what Matias do. So he handled him pretty comfortably to me. You know what I mean? He had a good game plan, but I think against Hitchens, different dimensions, different style, more of a chess match. It's going to be a thinking man's game, and I think as long as it's that, Hitchens going to have a really good chance. But I definitely think he's a lot more disciplined than Montana Love. So I don't expect that guy to falter in this fight. I don't think, Parrow brings the kind of pressure that a Lemos would. And even though that fight was tough for him, he still has that experience in his back pocket going into this fight. So if it does decide that this fight does get physical, he should be able to adjust, pretty well. So I think Hitchens got a really good chance. I think it's a 50-50 fight. For real, it's a step-up fight. And it's the right move after coming off the fight with Lemos. It's the right move to make. And it's a real opponent, undefeated guy, somebody that's going to come to win. This is where he make his name. Hitchens, this is his opportunity right now to make his name. LWBoxing, the fax machine, is in the building. Shout out to my guy. I was just letting everybody know how you back to back with those dates from the Tank fight to the Hitchens and Parrow. You know what I'm saying? Now we got Jalil Hackett in the mix. I like it all. Send them up. Forget about it. Try to get your Hackett flight for a couple of weeks now. Yeah, you was saying it to me. You was asking me. I wasn't catching it. You got to pardon me. I'll be speeding sometimes. Like I wasn't catching it. But you was like, yo, is he fighting on that card? And I just kept forgetting to ask about it. You know what I mean? What about Floyd Schofield? Schofield versus Tank would be a good one. The problem is, again, he just ain't in that position. He'll be really skipping a line almost, right? And realistically, I think if Tank wanted to fight them, I don't think Oscar would want to do that. I know his pops say they'll take the fight, but that shit sound good. The thing is, to me, if they really was serious about that fight, as soon as he selected Lamont Roach, they wouldn't have been pushing that he's ducking them for somebody else. That tells me you don't want to fight because you killing it. Like you killing it before you even get there. But I mean, look, Schofield need a lot more experience for me. He need a lot more experience. It's gonna be a good fight, man. Tank is fighting a dude named Roach. Roach is good, man. Roach is good. Roach is good. Roach is very good. Put some respect on Roach, man. Put some respect on Mont, man. You know what I mean? Hold on, Boxing Hacker. You heard what he said. He says y'all got him effed up, bro. Don't play with my guy like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't play with him like that. Now Schofield will get his clock clean like a grandfather. Yeah, I think he's just too young and eager. I just don't think that kind of style will work. That jumping in stuff would get him slapped. And I truly believe that. I think it'll get him hurt. Just to think he lacks the experience right now. Rightfully so. He got to get some more fights in. Definitely prove himself some more. He's just very young. Still got, rough around the edges. He ain't done refining his game just yet. You know what I mean? He still got some things to work on, some kinks to work out, should I say. Yeah, absolutely phenomenal. You know it. They're not letting Tank breathe no matter what, bro. Boy, go fight. Rose getting smoke, no punch. John BX was good, my guy. What were the two options besides Loma that were offered fights before they got the Roach? I mean, it was, I think, a brief conversation with Shakur's team and Ryo and them. I think that was it, though. think that was it. Lamont Roach, after waking up, it'd be great. y'all put some respect on my boy name. You know what I'm saying? He said, Houston, we got a problem, man. You know what I'm saying? Houston, we got a problem. We got a motherfucking problem. People understand. I mean, different parties are involved in all these fights. Now, I keep saying phenomenal. It's a lot to, a lot of moving parts is the best way to put it. A lot of moving parts, man. And the fighters ain't 100% in control, bro. They just not. But let's keep building, man. We ain't done. Y'all make sure y'all keep hitting the like button too, man. People aren't estimate. Oh yeah, for sure. The Reaper, you heard him. I got Roach doing a little better than Hector. Yeah, I think he can do better than Heck. I think he could fight a smarter fight than Hector. I think Hector fought a fight that was kind of stupid to me, but maybe it was the only fight he could fight. You know, he's not no ring general or nothing like that. But he was anybody that's gonna stand in front of Tank that often and give him opportunities to knock you out. That's exactly what's gonna happen. That's why he down there punched that man blind. Hope they stack the card. Yeah, they gonna have to. They're gonna put it together nice, I think, though, Ryan. I think they're gonna put a nice one together. I think they're gonna put a good card together. Oh, he doesn't fight good black fighters making yeah, they gotta find new ones at Cash, man. They searching, man. They down, man. They down bad right now. I don't get it. I don't get it. This dude is accomplished. He's proven. He just, he said, yo, but why that fight lasted? It was a good, it was a good fight for sure. Just don't pull a Charlo and just try to survive. Nah, he can't do that. He get that. That'll kill everything. That'll make everybody say, like, see, I told you. He can't do that, Mike. He definitely can't do that. Kenny Sims versus Duarte. Yes, good fight. I spoke about it a little bit yesterday, man. We're gonna talk about it more as it get closer, too. As it gets closer, we're gonna talk about it some more. But that's a good fight. Kurt Douglas in the building was good, my guy. Was good with it. But I don't think he'll sit there. He ain't gonna sit there and just get punched on like that, man. He can't do that. You know what I mean? He can't do that. Because the only thing I'm gonna be thinking is that Houston, we got a problem post. Like you go in there and just get socked out like that. That's not gonna be good for you at all. So I think he'll put up a fight though. You know what I'm saying? He's gotten better since his loss. It's just it's tough to close the gap between the guys he's been fighting and Tank Davis. That's the problem, right? But he got some experience on his side, right? 27 fights to Tank's 30. He got more fights, I believe, like I said, at the higher weight class as I looked up. So he'll be fine going up to 35. And this is, again, I'm going to play this clip from him. So this is how I know he'll be good. I almost forgot I had this. Shout out to Boxing Hacker putting that color in the chat. He said, I remember when people kept saying Devin can't fight Tank because Devin don't sell. On the hear those people tell me how much a guy named Roach sells. Put some respect on my guy Roach's name, Boxing Hacker. Nah, but that never to me was a good talking point. I don't think, as to why they couldn't fight. Me personally, because he don't sell, that's not a good enough reason. I mean, I get where they were trying to go with it, but I think just because of the somewhat of the rivalry that they had, people will be anticipating that fight. If they ever fought each other, I think it would sell. I definitely do. Because of the matchups. Matchups matter. Now, I mean, history matters. I mean, Ryan ruined, I think, their chances of selling with his antics, but it would be much different with Tank. You know what I mean? And people think about it, the sparring footage that got leaked. That fight would do numbers, I believe. I really do. I can't put a number on and say exactly what I think, but I think it would be very successful if Tank ever fought that.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
I heard Benavidez was going to be on Tank undercard again. Yeah, at least I heard the same thing. I heard something about the Charlos possibly being there too. So I hope it's a reality. I just want to see it. But yeah, I thought, Boxing Hacker, just the level with you. I always thought that was that's over the top. And I think some of that was coming with people just not, caring for Devin as a fighter. But I don't think that was ever one of the determining factors as much as people make it seem. Now, I will say this though. One of the reasons that people were saying that was because they feel like the money he would be asking for is what he don't generate. So that was to make it fair. That was also another talking point. You know what I mean? So, like for instance, for example, you heard Eddie Hearn say something about $4 million. You would assume that that's something that he was looking to get for a fight, and you see how he having issues with that. So people seeing this situation being very similar with Tank, almost like a where you almost price yourself out asking for something that you're not worth. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's just something people were saying though. Got skills, bro. Yeah, he got skills. They sleeping, Kurt, man. They sleeping. Tank fighters like buy a nasty steak dinner. You like all the sides, but hate the main dish. And he buy it over and over again. I don't do my guy like that. Y'all tripping, man. Ain't never. My thing is this, man. Who are these trash opponents that he's fighting? Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't know. Like, so I never look at it like that. And then he delivers on his end of the bargain, and he gives you your money's worth to a degree with this performance. So I don't think it's like a bad steak dinner. I think it's like a good steak dinner with good sides. You know what I'm saying? And the steak be hit. You know what I'm saying? You might not even eat no steak sauce. Don't do my God thing like that. From what Ellerby was saying, once those guys want too much money. Yeah, and I think that's an assumption too. Like, I think that's an assumption, but I can't go with that just being what I feel like they just going, because you can't ruin that kind of opportunity for yourself by asking for something that's not realistic. It wouldn't look good on you because the fans ain't gonna go for that. If you price yourself out of the biggest fight possible, that's weird. You get what I'm saying? And we all in agreement that that's everybody's biggest fight. We know what it is. So you find your way out of that by pricing yourself out. That's crazy. So I think that was him assuming it, Cornelius, but you're right. That's what he was saying. Yeah, they just be talking. Don't say it's about how much money. That's what I'm saying, Kurt. That's what I'm saying. But when you look at it, how much he want versus what he sells, that's, you get what I'm saying? That's where they were saying the issue was coming in at. You're going to ask for something that your numbers don't reflect you should be getting off the top. And that's where they think the issue would be. But again, it's just speculation. They don't know how the negotiations would be. We don't know. You could assume, but you don't know for sure. You know what I'm saying? We really don't. Ontario was good with it. They're not trash. He's just not giving us the names he want. But look, I keep saying this, bro. I don't want to be a broken record. We always hear. Who was he trying to fight, y'all? Who was he trying to fight? Y'all don't get it. Who was he trying to fight? We can't forget this. He was literally giving you a fight of a guy that they claimed he ducked years ago, and it wasn't even on the table. So you get me? So like, he was going there with it. Like, I can't, like, you can't speak about this fight without putting that in its proper context. You just can't do it. Devin was trying to dictate purse. Wait, said they wouldn't talk to Al Hammond. Yeah, they was just talking. X says crazy. We was Shakur's fight Yoshino and Artem. People's excuses others was ducking. That's why he fought them. But when it comes to Tank, nobody wants to talk about Loma or Shakur signing the match room. Okay, X. Shout out to you, man. I don't know where you've been at. We talked about it. Just to and welcome to the chat, man. Make sure you smash the like button and sub to the channel. But we definitely covered that over here. Look, it's no mistake that or it's no mystery that when Shakur got to 135, he had to go down a list of people. That's why he obviously ended up in there with De Los Santos because he went down a list of people. Yoshino, not so much, bro. So if anybody say the reason he fought Yoshino is because people was ducking him, no, he fought Yoshino. That was the welcome to the division fight. After that point, when he fought De Los Santos, it was because people were saying no. And one of those people was Loma. So let's not forget, Loma said no to Shakur before he said no to Tank. But people kind of looked over and they said, how do you know he said no? All types of stupid excuses. So he fought Yoshino because he was just getting to the division. De Los Santos was multiple people saying no to him. And he ended up with him. You seen the Frank Martin fall out, Pitbull, Cruz, Williams, Zepeda, you name it. They was making excuses. In this situation, I think people are jumping the gun a bit. I think the only one that you could look at or lean towards that's looking like a duck, and it all depends on what his next move is going to be. If his next fight ain't Tank, then he quacked his way out this situation, right? So Shakur signing the match room. I know people look at it like that you don't want to fight him, but you know he can't. That I just don't believe in this whole notion that that move stops him from fighting anybody. You get what I'm saying? Like I hear a lot of people backing that, but I just don't see it that way. You get what I'm saying at all? Like I don't feel like you should be able to control where somebody signs at. If you want to fight where they at, shouldn't really have nothing to do with it. That's just me. Because if the business gonna be worked out, as long as your money is right, I don't see what the promoter. I'm not into the personal, so I don't know what the initial core problem is. But if a dude ain't gonna play with your money, and you know everything on the up and up, I don't see why people can't work together. But again, I heard about a brief conversation between the two, and I think that's as far as it went. I even got word from the, you know, somebody very, very close to the camp that said, you know, they didn't get that far. You know what I'm saying? And it's just what it is. Like that's business working itself out. And like I said, you negotiating, trying to give people a Lomachenko unification. And that created the time, I think, for Shakur to make moves. And by that point, that he's off the table because he wouldn't sign 2 fights. But even if they were fighting him next, they wouldn't be fighting him. So he injured. So he off the table for that. You know what I mean? From my view, what's good with it. But you know, Bob ain't doing him or Tank no favors. You know, that's like I said, that's like donating charity to them because Barancha can't beat neither one of them. And I think he want to at least control that belt. He'd rather sacrifice a Barancha to somebody that's on his stable if he got control over it, right? If he could help it, you know. So I can see Keyshawn really getting a WBO belt off that dude if he still got it. Well, it's just time to fight. Ain't what? That's what stops a fight. Screaming Doug. Yeah. The thing is, they can say anything. These fighters, they can say they want to fight anybody, right? The problem is that, you know, the powers that be matter, bro. And I don't think people factor them in as much when these fights are getting made. I just think they look at it like these fighters don't be wanting to fight. Like I said, man, I had some very interesting conversations, man, and it's just not what you think. It's definitely not what you think. But we'll see, man. We'll see. Time will tell, man. You know, it ain't no time to panic. Ain't nobody get beat yet. Ain't nobody out there prime. You know, everybody still got their O intact, right? For the most part. So that's what it is, man. Sometimes these dudes don't be interested in making fights that the people want. You could blame whoever you want on that, but it's not just strictly the fighters. You know what I mean? People get advised to do all types of shit. That's why Tio calling Bud name because he knows it's not happening. Exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know some fighters might go the clout chasing route, but it's a lot of shit that don't be in their control. So they could call for who they want. And sometimes that's why people do it because they know it's not happening. To me, in my mind, the only reason Tio is even bringing up Terrence Crawford because he knows it's not happening. I bet money. All the haters are bets. Males that ain't getting beta man. Right. But one last thing before we move past this Lamont Roach thing, and I'm done with it. Like I said, one more reason why this fight don't need to happen at 130. One more reason. Let's get to this.
Okay. I know you're at 130, right? But if the right fight presented itself, would you consider maybe a big fight at 35 if the money was right?
Most definitely, if the money was right. If there's a championship on the line, because those belts are freeing up.
Yeah, they are.
Definitely, for sure. I'm not a super small 130 pounder.
Yeah.
135, I'll definitely be filled out and everything like that. So I definitely would jump up to 35 and crush someone's dreams.
Okay, because you know, with you being in the DMV and you betting on yourself, if you show that value as not just in the ring, but you know, as an attraction, you might, who knows, maybe you might get a call from Tank or something. You know,
for sure. Tank's my guy too, man. I appreciate him shouting me out after the win. And you know what's crazy? After he beat Hector, I told him.
Well, so that is that. I just wanted y'all to hear the weight part with him. He's not no small 30-pounder. He'll be filled out at 135. You get what I'm saying? So he figured he'll be comfortable because he already been up there. He said something about crushing dreams. You heard him. He slipped that in there. You know what I mean? But look, let him get in there. Let him show us what he got. The old collector's protected. That's hilarious. Yeah, he about to crush some dreams. You heard him. My little Ellaby voice said, bro said he about to crush some dreams. You feel me? You know, but look, that's what it is. Like, we gonna see December, man. We gonna see December. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what his energy be like tonight on Cigar Talk. Let's see what Champ energy be like. Most people, if they look, man, they realize it's a lot more people, you know, being protected than you think, and it ain't just the fighters. It's money. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. But yeah, man. So December. I keep saying this. December 14th. He ain't crushed that senior citizen dreams of Jamel Haney. Now Jamel got at him. Jamel had got at him, man. The real Infinite was good with it till they get bopped by a tank. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hector stood in there a little bit, but you know that shit was all. It looked good for a minute, and then he just got handled. Creole was good with it, my guy. How you feeling? He about to have some dreams, but you don't have to worry about that game money. Tank Quill, heavy dosages, December 14th. Y'all crazy, yo. Dude, that Lamont said, man, y'all got him effed up, man. He coming to win. Y'all y'all bugging everybody. People do anything for money. Yeah, for sure, Rue. A lot of people they'll sell right out. You know what I mean? And sell you up a river for a couple of hours. Beth was good, fam. The promoter don't think their fighter can win. You're not getting a fight unless it's for crazy bag. From my view. Can you say it again? Say it again. And I really mean this. You can miss me with all of that other stuff. I'm telling you, this is exactly the game that I've been given. Them dudes looking and they like, that's too much of a risk. And it's not enough money involved with that risk to take that at that particular moment. You're not getting the fight. You are not. And every now and then, the money is worth the risk and we get those fights that we want. It's just a matter of understanding how these people move and knowing not to place all of the blame on the fighters. You know what I mean? I ain't saying they don't got no control, but they're not doing it all by themselves. Ron Garcia is Tank's best win. Technique was good with it, man. Ron Garcia, pretty good, man. So chilling like a villain. That used to be our quote. When I think of it, I never heard Tank say he's a boss. I could be wrong. Someone tell me where I could find it. No, I don't think because he kind of just do him. Like, he don't constantly got to speak on, you know. I think it'd be people saying that for him more so than him. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's something that he push a lot. You know what I mean? Tanquilo. Right. But let's keep rolling, man. So, like I said, man, 130, it shouldn't happen. And it's going to happen at 35 where it should happen. Y'all just heard Lamont Roach say he's going to be good. He's going to be filled out. He's not a small 30-pounder. And like I said, I'm more than likely when he rehydrate on fight night at 130, he probably heavier than the Tank is at 135. So when he move up, pretty sure come fight night, you're going to be taller, you're going to be heavier, going to be the bigger man. But that's not going to have too much of a factor on how the fight play out. Shout out to Roach, man, for taking the opportunity and getting in there. Think is giving out paid sleep stuff. Don't laugh at Roach. Now I like Roach, yo. I'm rocking with Roach to put up a good fight rule for as long as it lasts, man. As long as it lasts, I definitely think he can put up a good one. But let's keep rolling, man. I've been seeing this going around a bit too, ever since this lawsuit. Like I said, Devin Haney can't escape a negative headline. He can't escape somebody doing a video talking about him. he just can't escape negative press at this point. I know he's still living life, probably trying to ignore it all, but this stuff coming from all angles. You got everybody questioning him. I got a couple videos to play. I got this short one from Oscar. Then I got this interview from Morning Combat with Brian Campbell and dang, what's buddy name, man? He said Karen Haney. That Tank Fall, he never gave me a definition of a killer. And then 135, the Tank Fall killer. Shit, how many killers is at 135? No, and it's tough, that word killer, man. This is the way I look at it. Did he fight the absolute best fighters at 135? No. It's two of them in my book. And that's Shakur and Loma. I think the rest is, you know, they fall in another bracket. But I think those two is it. And that's why I say, if he was trying to knock one of them off, I don't see how people could be mad. More mad at who he's fighting than mad at Loma for saying no. And him being the sole reason that, you know, one of the main factors as to why he's fighting somebody else outside of him. He's pretty much the only reason, as a matter of fact. So that's what it is for me. Killers, it's not a lot of killers there. But, you know, the best challenges, like I said, Loma and Shakur, we already know what's up. TTMZ, what's good, bro? You think Roach gonna do better than Frank? I don't anticipate him getting tired in that way if the fight goes that long, right? I do think he could have some moments and make it, you know, he could challenge Tank in his own way, right? Be different than Frank Martin, but I don't suspect that he'll gas himself the way Frank did, kind of tire himself, should I say, with, and it was Tank pressuring too, so. But I think I don't know if to say he can do better, but I think he can make it a pretty, you know, because that was an entertaining fight. Frank made it exciting. You get what I'm saying? Tank, before the knockout, the scorecards was like 67, 66. Tank was up like a point. So it was a competitive scrap. So, but he wanted to be more than competitive. He wanted to win. Like he just said, he trying to crush dreams, right? So, but I don't know if he'll do better than Frank, but I think he can be in that same ballpark. He has the opportunity to, because he's more experienced than Frank. He got more fights, actually fought for a title, is a champion. Get what I'm saying? I think he defended it as well. So he should be all right, man. Yeah, he got the title off who is this? Heck. Took Heck, beat Hector up, and then fought McCrory and stopped him in the 8th round. Last guy he fought was decent guy he fought in his last fight. His fans stopped whining and on up to that loss. That's the thing. Start hyping him up. You know what? We got to talk about it, Mr. Empire, because that's where I'm going. We're going to talk about this. So, look, let's get to it, man. Oscar Delahoya has some interesting things to say about Haney, to say the least. Ain't none of them good, but he pretty much said Haney's a shot fighter. Let's listen to this, man.
You should probably get a scene with us together. Because I'm literally the only person all day you didn't get a scene with.
Yeah, you were not. Oscar, we like the theme for your press conference.
What's up, brother?
We like the theme for your press conference.
Oh yeah, brother. We're taking Mexico Latino night to Riyadh. So thank you, Your Excellency. Actually, everybody should be thanking His Excellency because he's making possible these big fights that fans want to see. So we're actually going to build a mini Mexico in Riyadh. Imagine that. So I can't wait to see this. Most importantly, this will be for free. Free.
Oscar, obviously you put a lot of thought into it, but is it hard to wrap your head around it and enjoy it with this lawsuit that's come up from Devin Haney? Is it any hard to wrap your head around what's going on with this fight, with the news of Devin Haney suing you?
No, that's just whispers in the ear. That's just noise. That's all it is. What we're here to do is be positive and promote Riyadh season. Latino nights in Riyadh. It's incredible. It's amazing. It's amazing because it'll be it'll be an all Golden Boy show with all Golden Boy fighters fighting each other in Riyadh, and it's the first time it's ever happened. You know, normally promoters come together, they work together. No, Golden Boy Promotion has so many fighters that we're matching up our own fighters to give you guys a great show.
Hey, Oscar, what's next for Ryan?
I just had him in my office 30 minutes ago. Big plans for him coming back. You know, obviously, we have to deal with this frivolous lawsuit that they slapped on us, but that's all it is noise. That's all it is. How can you sue somebody that beat the crap out of you? You know, it's like, it just doesn't make sense. And
would you as a fighter ever even consider doing that back in your heyday?
No, what I would do is call that fighter out, get back in the ring, and beat his ass.
Is that the biggest rematch of 2025? Haney Garcia? Biggest fight?
I don't think so, because I believe that Devin Haney is a shot fighter.
You think he'll take the fight if it's offered?
Of course, because it's for a lot of money.
Will we see Ryan in Japan in December?
Don't know yet. We're,
it's on the cards though, huh?
We're figuring it out as we speak. First thing is first. We got to get Ryan back to the place where he belongs, and that's like just in the gym. Where I saw him right now. He's in great spirits. He's doing awesome. He's focused. What happened in the past, he's learned. He's grown as a young man. And I gave him a good, nice little speech today about my experiences and how I've been through hell and back. I walked through Dia de los Muertos and survived it.
Do you
right?
think now?
And think about that. I'm a man who has the experience, who can tell this young man, hey, it's okay. You're gonna be okay.
Is your relationship now, through the turmoil and the bullshit that's happened in the last year, are you and Ryan now closer now than you've ever been?
When you do the right thing, when you're positive, when you're honest to your fighters, when you're transparent, guess what? At the end of the day, the good guys always win.
All right, thank you guys.
Yeah, nice little PR answer right there, Oscar. But see, y'all really got some hatred towards Tank. He said he ain't got nothing on his resume but tomato cans. You gotta name me the tomato cans. I bet you go right now. Name me the tomato cans he fought. Go, name me them. I know you should be able to run them right off the top of your head. CJ, my guy. Oscar's dating boxing. Ryan actually took boxing, says he could be great. Yeah, I think if he was more dedicated, from my view, more committed, disciplined, I think he'd be a lot more better than he is right now. So you heard what Oscar said. He said that lawsuit is frivolous. He pretty much been downplaying it since they announced it. But he also said that he feel like Haney is a shot fighter. And that's interesting, because a lot of people been speculating if he's done, if he finished, if he's going to return. I think it's premature. I mean, maybe you could throw a guess out there and say, oh, you don't think he's going to bounce back. But it's easy to count somebody all out after you've seen them get their ass handed to him the way he did against Ryan Garcia. So still got to get a man an opportunity to bounce back and see what he'll look like against somebody else. You know what I mean? It ain't going to be the end of him, but he got to believe he could bounce back. He got to make the right moves. He got to put the right work in the gym. I mean, he ain't no stranger to hard work. So, I mean, I feel like the sooner he get back to it, the better. So, I'm not ready to count him out and say he's shot just yet. You just got to give him some time. Got to at least get that man a fight or so to see if he's going to bounce back from it. Then, from there, you'll see. Because ninjas that be playing pitbull, people, you can't afford the kilos. Them kilos, you's a fool, man. Let's keep going. We ain't done yet. You know what I mean? I told you I got another one with Morning Combat, and they had an interesting breakdown and take on this as well. Like I said, it's just been a lot of news coming out, a lot of different opinions and takes on his situation. And I can't say that I ain't heard nothing positive for the most part. None of it. Nothing positive. It's all like negative press. It's people feeling like he finished, he done for it. It's crazy. Feel like his image taking a hit. You know what I mean? The suing makes him look like, you know, X, Y, and Z. Hector and Ryan only got a left hook. I think Ryan got more than a left hook, though. I just think that's his most obvious weapon. Like, Ryan's left hook is like, people noticing or mentioning Ryan's left hook is similar to people mentioning Tank's power. It's like something that you just know they got that's there, right? But he got more than that. I think he showed Devin that shit. He was hitting Devin with right hands, too. He had definitely more than a left hook against Devin. He said the negative case press is going to help his case. You think so? Ryan's dog, Devin. He's saying he ain't kill. Yeah, nah, Ryan the dog. Ryan the dog. Nah, they got more. I said they only got a left hook. Ryan got more than a left hook. Hector is just not. He just don't have. He's not the athlete to compete with them. That's why I knew he would never be Tank. He can box, but he ain't got the athleticism. Tank and Ryan. Oh, Tank said Ryan got his left hook. You know, Tank just be talking this shit. He know Ryan is better than that. You know Ryan is better than that. But I mean, he could talk that way too, though, because you see when he fought him, he kind of neutralized his best weapon and stopped him. So you get what I'm saying? Imagine talking like that and getting beat up by him, though. Imagine saying all he got is a left hook and he beat you up. Imagine saying that he beat you up. Like, yo, all he got is a left hook and he beat you up. Man, Ryan, 83%. Yeah, nah, Ryan be punching. Tank said it. Nah, I know. Tank said it, but I still believe he can say that, right? I feel like he can say that because he actually fought him and reduced him to his left hook. Like, he didn't have a bunch of weapons in that fight. He got handled. You know what I mean? He landed some good shots, don't get me wrong, but he got neutralized and handled. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. But Tank just be talking his trash, man. You know, Ryan got more than a left hook. You know what I'm saying? Ryan got more than a left hook. I'm playing problems with hating was a full-time job. Shout out to my guy Dante's Boxing Talk. What's good about his 6 fights on the Tank list? So this should just be a bonus fight, right? I wonder because you can't get no do-overs, no freebies, no nothing. I don't know if it counts. You know, I don't know if it counts. But you know what? I got a little question to ask after I play this video real quick from Morning Combat Ultra, man. Shout out to them, man. But I just wanted to play this because again, everybody's been giving their thoughts on young Devin, man, and most people feel like he in a really tough spot. So we're gonna play this, man. We're gonna get to it. Wait, comes to get to it. Let's go. He said,
strange.
The who? Just do the what? If you please.
I don't know what you want to call it, but here it goes, something like this. In the Eastern New York District Court, Devin Haney has filed a lawsuit against both Ryan Garcia, by the way, Golden Boy Promotions as well, but for the purposes of this conversation, we'll focus largely on Ryan Garcia. BC, he is suing for really a few different things. If I may, let me just tell the audience here very quickly. He's suing for damages related to what he claims are battery, fraud, and breach of contract. This is also, again, a breach of contract claim is what he's also asserting to a degree against Golden Boy. BC, the response to this that he has been met with has been less than enthusiastic, I think you could say, from the fan base. What is the upside? Excuse me, let me ask it a different way. Talk to me about the immediate fallout of this lawsuit. What is the reaction on the street? Secondly, do you think there's any merit to it? And I've read the lawsuit.
Yes.
I'll send it to you now, as a matter of fact.
Haney is getting killed for this. Killed for this on Boxing X, Boxing, the Twitter, the social media culture. I had Regis Prograis on my Brian Campbell experience. You'll see that interview this week. And I asked him, he had just fought Haney in his last fight in December and lost. And he said, that's a pussy move. And that's not my words. That, let's let a fighter talk about it. But the whole idea of why, what's the real motivation? What is there to win? I think this is the Haney family almost desperately trying to make up for by chasing Ryan financially here, the things that they didn't do when this fight in the weigh-in situation happened that they should have done, protected themselves. I mean, Luke, now you've got Eddie Hearn, who seems to be on the ropes with Haney. I don't know if you saw them bickering in England over the tickets.
I did, yep.
And all that. You know, he's basically coming out and saying, you know, he would have preferred that after Ryan missed weight and all the craziness that went on there, that, you know, they forced him to have a rehydration clause for the next day, to have to weigh in a second time. These are the things that the Haneys didn't do. They didn't put as much pressure on Garcia when he was sort of flippantly on purpose missing weight.
Seem like them damn clauses make more sense now, right? Seem like them weight clauses ain't for pussies no more, right? That ain't for people that ain't confident in themselves, right? Now it's a learning experience with this fight, because you're able to see that, oh, this is why rehydration clauses are put into place. But we also know why he didn't decide to go that route, because he himself would have had to adhere to the same rules. And we all know how much he likes to rehydrate. So,
and they just sort of, maybe due to the chaos, not wondering if Ryan was even fit to even be in that ring, we're just like, let's just get through this. The fight can go on no matter what. We believe in ourselves. And to some degree, I understand and respect that. But ultimately, you lost. And it doesn't seem, in the opinion of everybody, from people in the barbershop, on Twitter, real fighters, analysts, whatever, that you lost because of the Osterine. Ryan did test clean with VADA, as intrusive as you can get, all the way leading up. And this was seems to be tied into his attempt last minute to make weight, and the whole idea that he was potentially up 15 pounds overweight entering fight week. And we know that was as crazy and bizarre a build as possible. The Haney family lost this fight because they couldn't pick up Ryan's left hook. That's really what happened. But they also did not protect themselves in the A-side power and leverage they could have had and could have wielded against Ryan when it became clear that he wasn't going to take the weigh-in part seriously, that he was probably listening to Floyd and strategically doing this to give himself an advantage and not suck himself down. So now after the fact, you're going to sue him for battery? It's such a bad look. It's so against sort of the old school nature of take the L, get up. Are there certain elements to it? Are there potential excuses you could have? Is there an asterisk? Yes, it's a no contest now. There's clearly an asterisk. But to try to beat him in the courtroom rather than going back and making a rematch happen and have it be a monster hot fire rematch where everybody wins and show everybody the old school way that you're the better man, the better fighter, that's how it's been done. This is, while there's certainly an argument to make about what will the results of this trial do for boxing moving forward.
There may be no trial. It's just a lawsuit right now.
But at the same time, it's like, it's such a bad look. And it took him a while to get it out there. It wasn't like they sued him right away, right after. It's sort of like, I don't know, it's been a really bad PR stretch for a fighter I really like in Devin Haney and really believe in his ability, and think he also doesn't even get the credit he deserves for how tough he was in that fight, getting up 3 times and fighting his way back. And it was a very close fight. But you lost, and you got to take the L, and you didn't lose because of the Osterine, even if it did give Garcia an advantage to get close enough to the weight potentially. You lost because you couldn't pick up the left hook repeatedly. And Luke, when you see you see the old sparring video that leaked of them sparring about 3-4 years ago, it was the same thing. Ryan Garcia was landing that left hook like at will. So now you look back on their 6-fight amateur run where they were rivals and they went 3-3 against each other. Ryan acted crazy enough leading up to that fight where it warped all of our visions of what that fight really was and was going to be. I do for his ridiculousness. He's absurd, Ryan Garcia, but I give him a little bit more respect now that I see that sparring footage and how ready they were game plan wise, mentality wise, to come in and do that to Haney. But he lost because of that, not because of the Osterine. So this looks very after the fact, kind of petty. And I don't want to say weak. I can't say that. I'm a journalist. I'm not in there risking my life like he is. But it's a fresh and new move, and I don't know if it's necessarily the right move.
So I stop it right there. He said a lot. Like, look, I seen bro say, nah, I don't think I've maintained my consistency. I'm not gonna call him a pussy for suing. It's an unusual move. It's not something that I feel like if given a situation I would do. I feel like I could pretty much hypothetically put myself in that situation because I've been in several situations in actual life where I could have sued somebody and never even remotely thought to do it when it probably should have been something that I did, but I just ain't with it. So with that being said, You know, it's not something that you want to see boxing doing after fights and stuff like that. But I understand it's more so about, you know, damages, right? And I know it's never going to look like the masculine thing to do to take it to the courts after he took it to the ring. But you could always say he did. He had the unfair advantage, which made it what it is today. So, yeah, I don't think he's soft for it, but his image is taking a hit because this is all people talking about. And the outcry has gotten so loud that, like I said the other day, people are more loud and mad and frustrated and critical of his decision to sue than Ryan and the way he's, you know, managed the situation since being caught up in it, you know. But like I said, Tim Bradley said he got some people that he really respect, that he trusted sources that said it was some foul play when it came to them drug tests.
I have 2 points I want to make about this. I read the lawsuit. I'm not a lawyer. I don't really know how successful it will be. My hunch is that it's probably a long shot, especially if on the doping side, Garcia is able to substantively show some evidence that it was contamination.
I've been in too many of them, Rude. That's why I got back
doping. I will say that little spree he has gone on where he has talked about everything in this sort of loose and
I'm right there with you.
disorganized way. All of it is cited in the lawsuit. All the stuff he said online, all the stuff he said. Talking about Ryan. Yeah. I mean, they have his ass like
he hasn't helped himself at any.
Boy, he's done himself no favors. That's one thing that did come away from me when reading the lawsuit. Like they took every piece of him being like, hey, the guy Scooter gave it to me and all this different stuff. He doesn't come across looking very good. I'll just be honest. However, in terms of the legal case, I don't exactly think it's super strong. I will say that they sued Golden Boy as well. Get this. So they claim that when Ryan Garcia was fined by the Athletic Commission and had to return his $1.5 million purse, Golden Boy is allowed to, by contract, they agree with this, take a cut of that, but that they are entitled to 47% of the rest of it, and Golden Boy won't give them that, and they believe they are entitled to it. So if you think about it, it's actually could be around $500K that he thinks he's owed. I did think that was an interesting claim. I wonder how that one's going to go. So that's a side claim. But I have 2 real claims about this. One, I looked up a couple of other incidents where a boxer has sued another active boxer. 2 of them came up. Number 1, it turns out we found out recently Victor Ortiz was sued by Floyd Mayweather. They fought in September of 2011.
Yes.
But in that bout, Victor Ortiz was kind of like popping him in the corner and then headbutted him. The referee takes a point in that case, gets him to box again, and then Floyd knocks him out. There's some dispute about whether he told him to box again.
Hugging and Victor's hands were down.
His hands were down, and Floyd tees off on him, and the fight is over there. But the point I'm trying to make is he apparently got sued for the headbutt. I don't know what came of it. But in this particular case, Floyd was suing over a foul, an illegal thing that, I mean, and there's no denying, you would agree, Victor Ortiz clearly headbutts him in that case, right? So Floyd is suing over a foul in a bout where he won. In the other case, Deontay Wilder sued Alexander Povetkin because they were supposed to fight. Povetkin tests positive ultimately for meldonium.
And it cost him the payday.
It cost him the payday. He sues for basically $5 million. He is initially awarded that. However, in 2019, upon appeal, actually Povetkin's promoter, World of Boxing, ends up winning the whole thing, and they didn't know him anything. But that's about that Povetkin essentially, through the drug testing system, squandered, and Deontay never got on a flight to Moscow. The fight never even happened. In both cases, it's not a fighter who got hardcore beat up suing the guy who did the hardcore beating up. So I've seen people say, well, how come anyone had nothing to say about Deontay suing or Floyd suing? One didn't have a fight, and the other one won it over a foul. They're very, very different. But the thing that really stands out to me, the biggest point I come away with here is, BC, I saw the reaction online about this, even from people who I would say are sympathetic to Devin Haney.
Sure.
You had Ryan Garcia, who missed weight for this bout, potentially on purpose. You had him, at a bare minimum, whether you think he did it on purpose or not, failed multiple doping tests for a performance-enhancing substance, ended up going on the fight afterwards saying virulently racist things. I'm not even going to get started on the stuff he said about gay folks or Muslims, or just on the race thing.
Hardcore
indistinguishable from like the most hardcore racist shit you've ever seen in your life. and the fan base is much more upset with Devin Haney.
Because what's the true currency of the fighting
because
fan base?
I was going to say, on the one hand, it's such an indictment of combat sports and their sense of like even basic moral reasoning. On the other hand,
that's
it
a great
also
point.
tells you, just given the lay of the landscape, if you can't even get positive PR against a guy like that doing those things, holy shit, you are going down a path that is, I'm not going to say irreversible, BC, because I actually think this makes the rematch even bigger.
Like
going down a
think about what he's saying. Think about what he's saying. This is almost a little bit disturbing because I think it's a poor reflection of the boxing fans. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's getting to the point this dude can't even get some positive PR against a guy that cheated him. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't never see this before. This is something new where a guy get cheated and they more mad at him than the guy that did the cheating or alleged to have did the cheating, right? That had the PEDs in the system. And I think the lawsuit and people being so against it has put people has kind of, like he said, people reasoning is just thrown off. They forget that, hey man, this dude got something done wrong to him, not the other way around. He didn't do shit. You get what I'm saying? I know he might not be responding in a way that you would want to see it, but he's not the one that did anything, and people are treating him as if he did it. So the fact that you can't get positive PR when you got somebody that cheated you is alarming. It's scary, bro. That's rough. That's rough. That's tough. That's different, man. That is much different, bro. I don't know where you go from there. You know what I'm saying? Like you almost essentially don't have people in your corner and you ain't do shit. You get what I'm saying? It's crazy to me. So I don't understand it. But
on the other hand, it also tells you, just given the lay of the landscape, if you can't even get positive PR against a guy like that doing those things, holy shit, you are going down a path that is, I'm not going to say irreversible, BC, because I actually think this makes the rematch even bigger.
Oh, the rematch is going to be massive.
Rematch is going to be one of the biggest rematches of our modern era. However, Devin Haney's stock as a fighter has collapsed.
His Q rating has collapsed.
It's collapsed.
But the thing is, you can win that back by getting back in the ring and handling your business. And that's always been the case. Even Duran, who had a no mas moment, you thought at that point, given how machismo he was, that should have been a killer, and he survived that. I mean, you can survive it by getting back in the ring and doing kind of what, again, I think Haney deserves respect in some ways for the toughness he showed in that Garcia fight when it wasn't his night and he kept getting beat with that brutal shot repeatedly. I think he should use this period to get the eye of the tiger and look in the mirror and fill in whatever gaps were exposed by Ryan acting that crazy. And I can't imagine it was easy at all for the Haneys that fight week, wondering if he's going to show up. Should this fight even happen? All of that. But they could not have handled it worse, I believe, from a reputation standpoint in the aftermath. Maybe that doesn't matter to them and whatever. And maybe they're just trying to make things hard on Ryan and get him back and get some money out of it. I don't know, but make the rematch now. Let's find out when Ryan's coming back. I know he's got that 1-year suspension that's coming toward an end soon.
Yeah, April.
And let's make that shit now, because I was going to ask you, from hype alone and the fact that both fighters are still so young and do connect with a very young fan base in ways that maybe only Tank versus Ryan has had in modern memory, could this fight be as big as these heavyweight championship fights that we've been seeing lately?
Yes.
No,
this fight has captivated boxing. Again, the Ryan Garcia show, in terms of what he was able to perform on fight night, was such for many, certainly me, revelatory. But he's also been, and I'm going to say this as nicely as possible, a polarizing and troubled figure.
Yes.
I think that's a fair way to put it.
Very troubled.
And then Devin Haney, who had a ton of momentum, honestly. We shouldn't forget, the Lomachenko fight was disputed, and there's been various criticisms of Haney, but going to Australia and then beating Kambosos and, playing the cards of
he raised his game against Loma. I know you can argue who should have won, and I thought Loma should have won.
Yes.
But Haney fought very well.
Well, what's so interesting is, we had talked about how Haney and his father deserved credit.
Yes.
Yeah, shout out to Damon, man. Appreciate the color in the chat, family. Said to prove that they're double standards, Loma sued and find Devin for a push. Nobody calls him a pussy. Yeah, that's true. He did. It was. I thought it was weak that they had took that money, but they gave him a lot of it back. I heard. You know what I'm saying? Leon was good with it. The universe is applying justice because there's a little more than we know. The Haney's and the failed test. And shout out to Leon. Appreciate you stopping through. Make sure y'all smashing that like button, sub to the channel, man. Shout out to my guy Damon. Appreciate that color in the chat. Yeah, man. You're right, man. We just gotta do a better job at supporting our sport and our guys. And I ain't big on placing blame, but if you're gonna be blaming somebody, put it in the right areas, right? You can't really blame a guy as much. Now you can not agree with his decision, but you can't really blame him for reacting how he reacted. Like everybody ain't the same. Everybody built different. Everybody think differently. And like I said, I think he getting some advice from somewhere to pursue this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that's what it is at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And you letting them people that you pay make these kind of decisions. And I don't know how much thought was put into what he'll look like and what his stock and his image and all that stuff will look like if they did this. I think when you look back at it, they might consider this being a bad move, especially if it don't work out in their favor. And they just took all this unnecessary negative criticism and press just not to get what you wanted out of the deal. And the only thing I think that you can get out of the deal, being that you got your old back, no contest, is money. And is it worth your image taking a hit where everybody just seemingly losing respect for you because of how you responded when you got cheated? It's not that they're cool with you being cheated and they're excusing the guy cheating you, but that's the part they can't make peace with, is how you responded when you got cheated. And like I said, I can't tell him how to respond, but his best response is going to be in the ring when he get himself back.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
right.
well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to Damon, man. Appreciate you, bro. They should have let Bill sue on his behalf. Probably would have got some that taken up for the son slack. Yeah, I mean, look, that's what they. I mean, he you know, he's spearheading it almost, right? Like the way he's speaking about it. But nah, man, it's not a matter of it being the wrong move, right? If it's the right move for him, it's the right move for him. Is it the right move or wrong move in terms of how it looks? Maybe it could turn out being a wrong move. Like I said, maybe if you've awarded some money in this situation or something, you can feel like everything was worth it, what you went through, right? And if not, then I could see this just being a wash. And you could look back at this situation, be a teachable moment, because like this is something I didn't expect. You know what I mean? I definitely didn't expect that. Yes, yeah. Your team is everything in boxing.
Because
Leon, for sure.
he went pro early in Mexico. He didn't play the traditional route. Like, look at the hand that they were dealt. They made the most of it. And it feels like if you're just, again, I'm not signing on to, I think Ryan Garcia is a great guy, but if I'm just reading the tea leaves, it feels like they've gone in the opposite direction of everything that all the little and big decisions they were making to advance Devin Haney's causes. They have made a series of decisions subsequent to that fight that have gone backwards big time in terms of advancing their cause within the boxing game itself.
I don't feel like journalists can really, they can come close, but they can't really speak about a fighter's behavior because we are keyboard warriors at the end of the day and we're not putting our lives on the line in the ring. And I do respect that difference, but I always try to ask myself in these situations, what would Ray Leonard do? I mean, Ray Leonard, to me, above being an all-time great ability-wise and certainly marketing-wise, he behaved like a fighter. He made fighter decisions in fights, big rallies, or just in the grandois of his matchmaking. He match made with a lot of balls. You know.
And real quick, just to comment on his point, he said, he always asks himself. He understands that he's not a fighter, and how difficult it is for them to do what they do. But he always asks himself, what would Ray Leonard do? And I understand that, because you try to ask yourself, you look at him as a great and you ask yourself, well, what would one of the greats do? And I think with no slighter shade to Haney, he's not quite at that point. I mean, maybe, again, Sugar Ray Leonard, his mentality, the things that he did in the ring, how he went about it, how he handled his business. I think that's what made him as special as what he is. I think that's why that's always one of the go-to names for people when they bring up a certain era and time where guys was putting on, and they never leave Ray Leonard out. but that's what made him special. I don't think, respectfully, those two, not even in the same, that shit ain't the same. It ain't. It's different. It's tough to compare eras, man. And again, if what Ray Leonard was doing was shit the absolute norm, then everybody would be special in Ray Leonard, right? So that's what made him special. He was able to do something that everybody else couldn't do. That's the difference. Like when you trying to compare eras, that's why it's tough to do, because you end up essentially almost having to slight somebody to make the point. So you can't compare fighters of yesteryear to fighters of today. It's a tough like comparison. It's just hard to compare eras. And that's when it comes to sports in general to me.
I'm saying?
Yes.
And to see him go in against Duran and suffer that loss and have Duran mock him like that and instantly run that back and win back his reputation. That's probably like the ultimate example of it. I want to see Haney do that. I want to see Haney go in there and have that chance to right the wrong and do it demonstratively. But I don't know if he's using this period to truly build that eye of the tiger.
And this is the thing, man. Like, I know that shit sound good, you know, like I was saying, to get it back in blood, to go get your leg back and, you know, go beat his ass. And, you need to get it back in the ring and all that shit sound cool. But you take that fight coming off the fight that you just had with nothing in between, and you got so many unanswered questions. The way they talk about his image taking a hit and his collapsing and all that, the only good that could possibly, and I say possibly very loosely, come out of a rematch is people wanting to see it. But who's to say that that's as big as what people think because of all the controversy? It do sell, but who knows? First one ain't do numbers that people are proud to speak of, right? So how could you just be so sure that this is one of the biggest fights? How do you think that this fight all of a sudden gonna go to something that people said didn't even make back end money to all of a sudden, you know, being on the level of a Ryan Garcia and a Tank Davis? I just don't think it's the same. And like I said, imagine the implications, you know, if he takes another loss and get beat up, maybe stop this time or something like that. Say Ryan Garcia actually takes shit serious this time and do even better, and he lose again, man. You talking about collapsing and images collapsing, bro. That's going to hurt. That is going to hurt. That's going to sting big time.
Will it ever be there for him, or will he always be more of a, you know, technical, very, very slick boxer? Do you think he can come out of this with a mean streak that he needs?
Right. That's a good point, Cal. That's a great point. And as far as him having this mean streak again, bro, like, y'all, why do people have this unrealistic expectation of fighters? Like, if you take a loss, all of a sudden you got to come back and have such this mean streak to be successful. Nah, that way of thinking probably got you put down all them times against Ryan, trying to fight the man instead of box the man. So yeah, you could come back and be this slick technical boxer, because that's who you are at the core of everything you do in boxing. That's who you are. And I think that's how you get yourself back to the top level. You can't do that trying to beat somebody else. I don't think, you know, this is a time to reinvent yourself. I think it's a time to go back to the basics and go back to the drawing board, go back to what got you to this point. And what got you to this point is not, you know, having this, you know, mean streak and getting in there, having the eye of the tiger. Like, bro, you can be exactly who you've been all the way up until the point before you fought Ryan, and you'll be perfectly fine. You could continue to be successful. That being the way you are as a technical slick boxer, as he called it, you get what I'm saying? It got you to be undisputed. It got you to be a 2-division champion, right? So I think it's never nothing wrong with going back to the basics and the shit that got you here. You know what I'm saying? So though it was good with it. Was sold out? You think so?
The answer is, could he? Yeah.
I think the potential is there, but I think it's still a bit of a wild card, because think about it. It would be like polar opposites, like for it to go from where they said their numbers was looking like to the point where guys is talking about, I ain't get paid and give me my money. It's going to go from that to, oh shit, it's sold out just because of the steroids. And maybe so, but maybe I say it could do better numbers than the first time, but I don't know if it'll sell out though. I don't know if it'll quite sell out. You get me? Ricardo Finto Lopez retired 51-0. Shout out to him. So yeah, another loss is detrimental, man. Big Supreme was good with it. I have the choice but to face the truth again. Haney versus Ryan too. Yeah, man. after all of this rematch, definitely selling out. You think so too? I mean, I think that the possibility is there, but like I said, Ryan is such a wild card, bro. I just don't know. You know what I mean? Brandon, what's good, family? How you feeling, bro? Good to see you back in the building, man. Y'all make sure y'all hitting the like button, man. We gonna keep building, man. Unless you're hardcore, nobody knows Lopez. Yeah, I mean, because some of these dudes be before, guys' times, and if you not know history buff or, you probably won't know there's a bunch of fights for Dev. Yeah, IBS, there's fights for him, and it's all about calculated risks at this point, all right? Every fight is definitely gonna be a risk from this point on, but you want to be smart getting yourself back into the mix. You don't want to just squander an opportunity trying to prove something to the fans and you go shoot yourself in the foot again.
Yes, of course. Does it seem like he's building towards that?
No.
It doesn't seem that way. I have a separate question. Long Island Luke, come on the microphone here for just a second. How do you feel? Let's assume for the sake, by the way, I want to be clear about this. Garcia might be able to show, should this thing even go forward, it could be thrown out, by the way, but to the extent that it goes forward, he very well might, I want to be super honest about this, he might very well be able to show this was all incidental use, which is a massive problem for Haney. But let's say it goes the other way, and Haney is able to have a victorious moment against a guy by, at least for the court's purposes, demonstrating that he was doping when he said he would not. Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing for combat sports?
Yeah, right. IBS is real.
That's a big question, right?
Yeah.
Do we want courts settling these kinds of doping disputes?
Based on the way you're wording it, I'm going to say no, we don't want them involved. But also, if it's helping the sport get clean and that's what you're into, then it's a good thing, I guess.
That's what I'm asking. Like, BC, independent of how it's been received, because it's been received poorly. Poorly. Is there any merit to it? Just on legal terms. Strictly that.
Is good, bro.
The Golden Boy one's kind of interesting. There might be some real merit to that one.
What he wants with Golden Boy is he wants like a timeline of events that happened when they found out about the test. How quickly did they share the results?
Also, he wants a more detailed. He believes that they have not given him a full accounting of their expenses, and he's entitled to more money.
What do you make about what's being said about Haney in the Twitter streets? That there's this theory that the reason it's considered a big misstep that the Haneys didn't force Ryan to weigh in a second time on Saturday after missing weight by that much, right?
Listen to what they say, though.
Keep him in overnight rehydration clause, so he can't rehydrate and eat and all that.
Can't just balloon back up.
And has to do it. There are people that are saying, well, the reason why they didn't make him do it is because Haney is such a weight bully in these lower weight classes that he could never go through it himself. Like if you make Garcia do it, you also have to meet a certain rehydration clause.
Right.
Do you think there's anything to that? Because Haney does put on a lot, it seemed like he's.
And that's a good point. So it's like maybe it was some missteps and some things they could have did better to protect themselves from somebody that seemingly wasn't taking the opportunity nearly as serious as they was. Some of those options just wasn't on the table because, again, with this, rehydration or possible weight calls on Ryan, now you got to put one on yourself. Now you run the risk of not only depleting yourself to make the weight, but not even being able to rehydrate back up and be 100% on fight night. So think about it. I mean, I think it's fair to say if Haney was any less of what he was on fight night, he would have got stopped, right? We figure he made it through that fight because he was in great shape to make it through that. All them punches getting dropped like that. So say if you put some type of hydration or weight calls or make them reweigh in, something like that, where you got to adhere to the same rules and you're not allowed to rehydrate back to what you normally do, I can see that being a big issue for you. So I can see why that's probably wasn't an avenue that y'all traveled. You didn't go down that road because it would have affected you probably twice as much. And that would have been that would have ended up being a misstep. So it would have looked like you was trying to protect yourself, but it would have ended up being a misstep. Because if you can't rehydrate and be healthy, and you already was healthy going in there against him, and you still see what happened. So I don't know, man. It's tough, man. Them weight games is crazy. And that's another reason why I feel like Paro fight wouldn't happen. You know what I mean? The IBF rules, that was the money alone. The money is just a convenient excuse. But he wasn't fighting no Liam Paro under no IBF rules. I never even considered that as much as I'm thinking about it now. So now that I look at it that way, I ain't surprised that the fight didn't happen.
Huge for these.
And that weight cut, remember, I remember his face on.
So yeah, man, that's my son out there about to go crazy like always. So yeah, man, these weight cuts, man, ain't no joking. I played that video for y'all where the chick she could barely flex her arms. She was like shaking, walking off, shaking, and because of the weight cut, she looked bad. She looked terrible on the scale. She looked like doped up. That's how depleted she looked. Like, you know what I mean? She is crazy because she wasn't all emaciated and skinny, but you could still tell that weight cut affected her way too much. She was about to fall out trying to flex. Once you make weight, you make weight. I don't see an issue with Devin's weight. He never once missed weight. Nah, they talking about the rehydrating though, Teach. That's the part they talking about. The fact that he rehydrates so much himself is probably the reason why he didn't put a clause on the fight or make him try to reweigh in, something that they were suggesting. Hold on, let me play the rest of it. It's like a minute or so left, I think. Not even. Hold on. Hold on to you. Hold on, yeah. Let me get it right. Gotta get it right, buddy. Is it done? What is going on? What's going on? Y'all smash the like button for your boy. So yeah, man. I don't make a big deal out of his weight either, Teach. I don't think it's that big a deal that way. I mean, but not the way some people have made it, but I am against guys blowing up like 2-3 weight classes above a weigh-in limit and then having a fight like that. And then when people highlight it as a potential advantage for you, people, the individuals downplay it. Like you can't downplay something like that where you clearly wouldn't keep doing it if it was no advantage to it. So
there are people that are saying, well, the reason why they didn't make him do it is because
y'all keep smashing like, well, let's keep rolling, man.
Weight classes that he could never go through it himself. Like if you make Garcia do it, you also have to meet a certain rehydration clause. Do you think there's anything to that? Because Haney does put on a lot. It does seem like he's huge for these.
And that weight cut. I remember his face on the day of the weigh-in. Like he had sunken eyes into his face, and he was even saying like rematch at 147. Both of them.
I think they should both move up to welterweight now.
Right. The whole fight, but if there is a rematch, it should not be at 140. Yeah. And I can't imagine that it would be, considering how much Garcia missing weight is such a contentious point of this contest.
They got to rematch it. They can't let Garcia get a comeback fight. They got to rematch him right away. It's going to be to their advantage to try to push for it. And if you're Ryan Garcia,
no, the hell they don't.
What is by the way, even if Haney wins the second one, it seems unlikely he would not.
What do you mean push for the rematch right away?
Going to be a third.
These are the rivalries we need, because it's not people waiting until they're 34 and 35 and we finally have Spence Crawford and Mayweather Pacquiao and we're just so happy we got them. No, let's have these four kings, 1980s, where you meet in your freaking prime. You have when Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns fought for the first time, what were they? 22, 23? I mean, it's just ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
And to be able to have where you had those four names and they fought each other 9 times I think it was it 9 times in 9 years, something like that?
I'm not sure what the figure is.
Or 9 times in 10 years. That's insane. Let's get this trilogy. Let's get Tank in here. Let's get Shakur in here. Let's fucking find out who is the man out of this group. I don't know. The 5 princes. I don't know.
Well, definitely Tank is better than Garcia. Maybe we could say that.
Yes, and Haney right now.
And Haney, yeah.
Shakur,
I don't know.
And then Teo's kind of up and down. Sometimes he's
up and down. I'm just saying, if you're the Haneys, maybe you really believe in the strength of your case. Maybe they genuinely do. Maybe they have been sitting down with lawyers and they're like, we can actually do something here. That is possible.
So what, hit him financially? That's what they're going to get, right?
Just really cripple his career as best they can, really make him suffer as much as possible. And maybe they really feel like they can change the way that doping enforcement goes with this. I tend to find that unlikely, but I'm just saying, maybe they actually believe that. But if you can turn someone as odious as Ryan Garcia into a sympathetic figure,
rough times.
Holy shit! You would have to reevaluate the steps you have taken for that to happen.
Man, this is a great interview by these guys, man. They did a hell of a job, bro. Shout out to Morning Combat Ultra, Luke Thomas, that's his name, Brian Campbell. Shout out to them. This is a good conversation. I just like good different insights and perspectives, man. They said a lot there. We do want to find out who's the best out of all of them. I like that. I like the way they ended it, and again, maybe Haney and his team really do feel like they got a case. Maybe they are sitting down with lawyers like, yo, we really got an opportunity to do something. He made a good point, cripple his career because, and again, I understand people, just still don't agree with it, but just look at it this way. he feels like his career has been compromised and drastically affected by the outcome of the fight with the Osterine and, you know, all the stuff leading up to it. He feel like his money and his career is affected now by that fight. So maybe, like I said, he obviously got people that feel like they could win. But I will say this, and this is something that I hope is not the case. I hope he got the right lawyers and team and people in place. And by what I'm saying by that is I hope he got people that are genuinely giving him good advice and not just milking him for money. You know what I'm saying? Or trying to put him in a situation where they milking him for money. You know what I'm saying? Because I just don't. I would love to know how much thought process went into, you know, trying to sue this dude, especially after seemingly the situation was dying down. It's like I kind of revved it back up with the whole you know, I'm suing situation. So we'll see, man. It's a sticky it's a sticky situation, bro. Man, Dev Kemp getting him at least 2 tuna fights for his conference before the Ryan fight. That's what I'm saying. Infinite, man. I just don't think that you know, going right back into that fight immediately would be smart. I can't see how that makes sense. I just with it went too much the wrong. Well, I don't know. It was a close fight. It was competitive, but the damage that he sustained, and for you to go back into another fight not knowing what you are now, like, you know, you don't know how you're gonna respond the next time you get hit, is what I'm saying. So say that left hook hit him again, and he go tumbling back to the ground. You get what I'm saying? If his punch resistance compromised, all that stuff, there's just too many questions and unknowns for him to rush back into that fight. But hey, look, if he really feel like that's something they can do and they can win that fight, look, I'm not against seeing it, but I think it's very risky for him. And I think he at the point in his career where his next move got to be his best move, because his next move after Ryan was suing, and that clearly wasn't his best move. So, like I said, at this point, whether he gets money out of this situation or not, I don't see why, or I don't see how it will benefit his image in any way at all. Dark Kent was good with it. Not a battery lawsuit. Now, I get it. But like, they made a good point. I think he's trying to cripple his career a little bit, or as much as they could, inconvenience him as much as they've been inconvenienced dealing with him. And I think it's, to be quite honest, I think it's emotions and a bunch of stuff involved in this decision to do this. And like I said, I just hope people ain't trying to find ways to, you know, milk them for money. I get that too, though, IVSC, because I'm open to understanding it, though. You know what I'm saying? And if at the end of the day, that's something that I think they're seeking to do as well, is make an example out of him. You know what I'm saying? They're looking to make an example out of him. They feel like he ain't moving right, and he need to be held accountable. And I truly understand that. I do. But I do wish this was a scenario that could have played out where he would have just said, you know what? I'm you know, go in there and kick his ass, but it is what it is. But I got one last response as far as this Haney situation that we're gonna keep moving. Bernard Hopkins, you know, he had to speak briefly, a little short clip, like a minute long. So
I never experienced in my time or the time before mine. They got to be like the Hagler and the Leonards and things, where the fighter got his ass kicked and sued. I mean, again, people gonna get mad at me, but why he said that he cheated. I never seen, I mean, I'm gonna say what I said again, so everybody won't get it confused. I thought I never, and I said it this way, I thought I would never see a fighter literally gets his ass kicked and turn around and sue months later. I mean, this gotta be, I mean, I hope it ain't the generation, because I respect this generation to a point. But I hope we ain't getting into this generation and going forward where this become contagious. I think it's a bad look personally.
Oh, you talking about the clip where he was talking about Shakur and Ryan for next year or something like that? So look, everything has been pretty consistent, man. I'm done with the clips on Haney and his lawsuit situation, but I just felt the need to follow up on that from yesterday with all the different opinions and breakdowns that's coming out of it. And I also highlighted some of that to show you, like, this morning combat, they don't sound like haters of Devin Haney at all. They sound like, you know, they want to see him bounce back. They don't sound like they hate him. So I say everybody that has a opinion on him or a perspective is not, you know, against him or in support of you know, Ryan cheating him, right? We not against it. We not for it, right? We want to see him get it back. But like I said, man, I think he got a different fight on his hands before he could find his way back into the ring. And if fighting him is something you want to do, you better make sure you fully prepared. And what I mean is prepared to win and prepared if you lose again, because that could be that could really hurt his career. You know what I'm saying? You get beat up back to back by Brian Garcia, bro. Ain't nobody gonna respect him. Eric Black, what it do, my guy? How you been, bro? What's good with it? Yeah, you get beat up by him, and people gonna be like, man, the hell? Did you think it's responsible to say that? Irresponsible to say what? Say what? So I think say what? What do you say? Don't that dude work for Golden Boy? Supposed to say that. Oh, well, I mean, look, maybe there's that, but I just think that jumping right back in there is not smart. I sue for doing the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, I think I don't know. I'm not up to par in all the lawsuits because like I said, you know, Bernard Hopkins just said this is the first time he's seen somebody pretty much get their ass whooped and then sue, or what he said. So Sugar should have done what Haney did. Sue Taylor back. Dave took the bread from already from Ryan being overweight. Their back next should be in the ring. Yeah, man. It's tough. I think that's why I say, man, it's a weird situation, and I don't got all the facts, but when you got lawyers involved, you know, people are money hungry. I just was listening to a situation today from an artist that was getting shook down by his lawyers. They convincing you to, you know, basically come out of pocket, you know what I mean, for stuff that you really don't owe. So I think this could be a witch hunt, bro. People could just be money hungry. I hope that's not the case. Get what I'm saying? Like, I think chasing money put him in his position in the first place. You got to think the whole reason you was fighting him, because remember, you was like, F legacy. I did that already. I'm chasing that bag. So remember, the whole reason you was fighting him was because of your potential to earn big in this fight. And I'll never forget that you said, if y'all think I earned 30 million, y'all thinking wrong or something to that effect, you know, indicating that he earned way more than $30+ million for this fight, which I think is a lot. I don't think I never believe Ryan Garcia made 50 million for this fight. And I never believe Haney made 30 or more than 30 million for this fight. These dudes been lying since the fight ended. Both of them. Ryan already went from making 30 million in a night with Tank to now all of a sudden he gonna make 50 with Haney in a fight that didn't sell. This don't make a lot of sense. And not only is he gonna make that much, Haney gonna make close to 40 million. Like you gotta be stupid to believe that. Some of these fans too, they be pushing some of this weird stuff, man. Lawsuit says Devin got 2.6 mil. Yeah, that wasn't he? Didn't he sign for two? And then it wasn't it the 0.6 came from the money that Ryan paid him overweight, right? Ain't that where that 600K came from? Or the 0.6 out of that? I think that's where that came from when he got paid. And Ryan and Haney said they never got back him. Hannibal, they did. They said that. Remember, they was both, or you know, he was tagging Oscar talking about pay me my money. Like you saying everything, pay me my money, all this and that. At 30 mil, because Ryan biggest payday was Tank and Devin. Yeah, nah. He said it. I had to post, Eric, I had to post, bro. Haney was saying, he said it, he responded like to the fans. It was a post saying he made 30 million or something, and Ryan had 50. He was like, if y'all think I made $30 million on this fight, think y'all thought wrong, like bitch, something like that. And he's like, think bigger, something. He was talking crazy, basically saying he made more than 30 to 35 million dollars on that fight. I was like, bullshit. There's no way you're saying you're convincing me you made that money and you still telling Oscar that it's money he owe you. That sound too much like BS to me. And I know Ryan didn't make that much either. That fight, you telling me that fight between them, that was almost $100 million fight, and everybody around, you know, pretty much around boxing circles believe that the fight didn't do that well. You had Oscar saying it wasn't no back end money because it didn't do, the numbers wasn't crazy. It didn't do that well. Like, so it's wild, man. Devin and his team should fight. They fight Cook. Instead, they thought they was gonna sell like Tank did. Oh yeah, TM. Yeah, they thought they had that's why I say the Ryan Garcia fight looked like it was fool's gold to them. It looked like something that it wasn't. Hold on, y'all. My bad, y'all. Man, big boy out there having fits. Small Brooks, what's good with it, bro? Big No Gaming. Little mom's got scream to. Nah, that's my son tripping like that. I told y'all, baby dude is a brat, y'all. Y'all think I'll be playing. He's just screaming to the top of his lungs like something wrong with him. He's spoiled, man. He is a spoiled little brat. Ever since he had that extra tooth come in, he been a real brat. But my apologies, y'all. Y'all know how it is. Daddy duties. Shout out to my guy, Mark Brooks. But yeah. Nah, that's all good. He sounded like one screaming like that. See how it pissed me, caught me off guard. Like, what the hell y'all there doing? Yeah, brat, man. Yeah, brat, man. He can't get no camera time acting like a brat. Acting like a brat. He almost made me forget what I was talking about. Oh, but Dr. I was saying, back to what we was talking about, man. So the next move for Ryan is to deal with a suspension for Haney. I think he need a tune-up fight just to put a bow on that conversation. I think he need a get back fight just to test the waters a little bit. If he don't, I would respect him if he took an immediate rematch, but I think that'd be the wrong move to make. But what do I know? I doubt if we see him do it. And again, I think people are Xing out the fact that they're being sued. Like, do people really see them getting back in the ring with each other after potentially trying to get money from the other? Some people say it ain't gonna go to court. I don't know where it's gonna go, but who wants to get money or fight somebody that they've been sued? I don't know. I can't see them things lining up. And he says, good for you. You's a fool. Shout out to everybody that hit that like button, man. Y'all keep smashing the like button. If you haven't subbed to the channel, make sure you do. Come rock out with your boy. Yeah. He Hey, Cash. Tell me about it, bro. He ain't even 2 yet, though. He ain't even get there yet. He just be losing it. Damn brat. Whole brat, y'all. You think the money will force him into a rematch? I mean, look, maybe, but I don't know I don't know, maybe it's controversy, so there's a possibility to sell there, but remember, we felt like it was probably going to do something before, right? And then it still ain't like, so maybe this time around, because of what's on the line, maybe, you know what I mean? But we'll see though. But it's tough to see them back in the ring with each other. Even Oscar, when he asks, this is the biggest fight in 2025, he looked like he's saying it without saying it. Like, bro, they suing this, man. We ain't fighting him again. And then you hear Ryan saying he ain't fighting him, right? So if he's still at no rematch, yeah, it ain't no, that's what I'm saying, Infinite. I don't see it. The promoters gonna be hands off with that. You think so, Cal? You think the lawsuit business gonna have people a little hesitant to touch him, to do business with him? If that's the case, he's gonna have to stand on that DHP Promotions and make it shake. He'll never fight or do business again. That's what I'm thinking, Zach. That's what I think. I think that relationship is damaged once they go that route. Once you go the route of song, it's over with. Matthew was good with it. He said, hearing rumors of Boo Boo versus Charlo in the card. Of course, they're rumors. Yeah, I ain't hear nothing just yet about that, Matthew. But matter of fact, I'm lying. I did hear some whisper about it, but it wasn't loud enough. It wasn't one of them loud enough whispers where I feel like, because I don't know what to think of that. Boo Boo coming off the loss. Charlo been out for a minute. That'll be a hell of a fight to jump right back into, though. I will rock with it though. Either way, I'm glad to see Charlo back hitting the bag. Period. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's tough. Like, man, Big Drew said, Ron say when I fight Devin, he lost money, had to return his advances, and he wasn't allowing Haney to make another dime from his name. Yeah, and you got both of them kind of saying different but similar things in a way. It's a good fight, but it's tough. Can't wait to see Hitchens versus Parrow. Yep, and Jalil Hackett. Shout out to LWBoxing. Jalil Hackett is on the card as well, man. So that's dope. That's dope. Jalil in Puerto Rico. Hitchens, man. I believe in Hitchens, man. Hey, I gotta get him on here. Matter of fact, I gotta reach out to my guy because he gotta reach out. He gotta reach out. He gotta reach out to Hitchens for me, man. I'd like to get him on here. Andre versus Mel Charlo on the card. That'd be crazy if they was, though. You know, but I did hear some talk about the Charlo brothers potentially being on the card. Oh, my bad, y'all. Back to this, man. But we'll see, man. I think they got a chance at being back on the card. Shit, at least give me, if you can't get both Charlos, at least get one, right? They both need to get back in the ring, though. Obviously, for different reasons, man. One ain't never lost inside the ring, and one of them coming off a bad loss. So he definitely want to change that, man. Because, you know, he left a bad taste in people's mouth the last time he fought. Let's get to see whose heart's still in the game. Man, it's a tough one for him, though. It's a tough one. I think you can only get one right now. Telling you, man, that these fights be, that's why they be almost over marinating and overcooking. But speaking of, while we was talking about Ryan and Devin, speak about Ryan a little bit. I know y'all seen the latest by now. For y'all that's following, Ryan Garcia has been in the headlines again for some of the wrong reasons. And it seems as if his racial slurs has finally caught up to him to some degree. And I don't care, maybe this might not be a big deal to people, but him being removed off this undisputed boxing game is good. It's a good sign. I think them standing for something is good. Like them saying, you know what, we don't need this kid on the game, bro. When we launched and make the new launch and, you know, put out the new update, Ryan Garcia will not be on this roster, this active roster. So might be a small thing, but it could be a sign of things to come. And you know, man, stuff start piling on like an avalanche, man. That snowball effect. You start losing little, you know, money here, money there. Next thing you know, you sitting on the sideline looking stupid and don't nobody want to deal with you because you more of a liability than an asset at this point. So the fact that they took him off this game, good for him. I don't feel bad for him. I think some type of way he needs to understand that it's a certain way you got to conduct yourself, and you shouldn't be rewarded, you know, with money while you being the way he's been. You get what I'm saying? So I don't necessarily fully fault Devin for not even wanting to fight him because it's part of him. Like, I don't want to make money with you, but you feel like you should because you're going to make it with somebody and, you know, because of what happened to you. But yeah, right, Aisha, it's good. Kello, what's good, my guy? I'm back. He owes me a few streams. Damn, a few of them. Damn, Kelly owe you a few. Ryan and Teal shit. Yeah. I'm Hannibal. Like, look, man, I ain't completely writing them dudes off, but I can't really say that I care about what they doing. When I talk about them, it's just gonna keep the pressure on. I'm gonna keep highlighting, unless they change. I'm gonna keep highlighting the energy they putting out, and it's crazy because they almost like two birds of a feather, him and T.O. And I ain't been feeling their energy or a lot of the stuff that either one of those guys have been saying. Even the way they conducting themselves in their boxing career, when they go through when it's something controversial, how they respond. You notice they become very immature kids when they put on the spot about things that they say. When somebody, put pressure on them, dudes ignorant, man. They both of them, man. If you look at the similarities, they both in situations where they probably the breadwinner for their family. And they both got fathers that ain't role models. That's not like OGs, not mentors. And they both just, you get what I'm saying? Ryan Pops already let you know there's a disconnect with him. You see how he spill his family business on social media. He just a reckless dude. They don't got nobody to stop him. So the only way I think to get his attention is to hit him in the pocket. And maybe he stood to make some money from being on this game. And I don't care what you say. If you are an athlete, being on a video game is definitely one of the dopest things that you could do outside of actually competing in your sport, right? So who don't want to be on a video game, especially a boxing game when everybody looking for one to be out? Like, who don't want to be on one? So the fact that they removed him from here, great move for them, smart move. I don't feel bad for him. Hopefully this is a sign of things that come. You know what I mean? Anything to get him back on the right track, because he went off the deep end a while ago, bro. And I can't say I rock with it. Like my guy said, this Ryan Garcia. That's Ryan getting deleted off the game, y'all. Man, shout out to Punchlines, man. That boy is a fool with them edits, man. So that's where I'm at. I can't really say I'm checking for what they doing next. Everything you hear their name, everything that surrounds their name, every story that comes out surrounding these dudes' names, it's nothing good. So I don't know, man. These dudes, they gonna lose a lot more fans before it's all said and done. And like I said, this could be a sign of things that come for Ryan. Like them racial slurs caught up to him. People tired of hearing him sit up on them Twitter spaces and the comfort of wherever he be disrespecting people like that. And it's like, all the stuff he says. So, man, shout out to Undisputed, the boxing game. They made a good move. And missed opportunity for Ryan. I don't care how much money you got. It's still a missed opportunity. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like he made some unlimited amount of money where he could never be in a situation. So never know, man. If he don't tighten up, it could get worse for him from here, man. It definitely could get worse for him. And speaking of Teofimo, I had to segue into this idiot because he had that. Do you see what he poked? Boxing as a sport. Really, Tia? Really? Please stop trying to make the business more important than us fighting for the best against the best. Now look at here, bro. Look at the nerve of the guy that's on the sideline ducking. Consistent smoke. Don't make boxing, man. Stop trying to make the business more important than us fighting it. Man, that is the case. He is halfway right though, but the messenger, it's not the message in this case that I have a problem with. I like the message. Like, man, stop making the business of boxing more important than us fighting the best fighting the best. That's something that we all could get behind, that message, right? But look who it's coming from. It's coming from a guy that when he got an opportunity to fight guys that are maybe not be the absolute best, but they're better than what he chose, he go the opposite way. So I take this with a grain of salt, a big grain of salt coming from him. He don't stand on nothing, not as of lately. And I just can't get behind this cloud chasing to Terrence Crawford and the heavy support of this dude, no matter what he's saying, how disrespectful it is. I can't really rock with it. I can't. Black fighter FT fought in the pros. Yeah, Richard Comey, maybe, if you want to count him. Other than that, he put himself on the NBF list. You know that. Dr. Go pull a track. Telling you, bro. Kevin Mace got on Tallahassee with the line. Like, he didn't say that. Yeah, he was uncomfortable. They could have grilled him more, but I think they let him off the hook for sure. They definitely let T.O. off the hook, and I think it's lack of preparation, and two, they didn't want to go in on him because they support him. But they could have grilled him, and he would have had to respect it because it would have been coming from people that he got respect for. But they know he said some BS. They know he said it. But yeah, man, I agree with the message. Make boxing great again. I got that on the back of my shirt. So I like that message, but I don't like the messenger. And they usually say don't shoot the messenger. But in this case, you know what I'm saying? Like, get his ass out of here. You don't stand for that. And we got evidence. So yeah, right, Tay. Right. And that's the thing. I've seen at least, I want to say in the last week or two, I want to say I've seen at least three interviews from T.O. where he's being asked good boxing questions about other people that he should want to fight. And not one time do you get a straight answer that, yeah, I want to fight that guy. And this is what I'm going to do to get the fight. It's just a bunch of clout chasing and talking in circles and trying to be smart when you're not. You know what I'm saying? That's what I get from T.O. I could see Ryan T.O. before Ryan rematches Dad wins lawsuit. Yeah, I don't see them getting back in there. But Ryan and T.O., they discussed it briefly. Like, I heard them speak about it separately about fighting each other. But on one end, T.O. spoke about a catch weight. Then again, he turned around and said he don't do catch weights. He fight for belts. So he just be doing a lot of double talking, bro. Count Jermaine Ortiz. I don't think so, right? Are we? I don't think so. He dug Barboza. That's nasty. Where Barboza about to fight Jose Ramirez now. WBO stripping him. I mean, yeah. Tay, if he don't move right, but the only thing that might save him is his relationship. Maybe the fact that he with Bob Arum. Maybe that might give him some wiggle room. But who knows? Because you see right now, like I said, he put himself in a funny spot with his promoter from not taking fights. And that's something that I never anticipated hearing about Teofimo. I never thought that dude would be behind the scenes and avoiding fights. But that's what he doing. That's what he doing. And I got word. But man, we gonna see, man. I just don't believe in T.O. at this point. I don't believe in him. I think he just more talk than anything. I don't really believe it's a lot of substance in the stuff that he speak on nowadays. I don't believe Teofimo. I mean, Teofimo, damn, y'all got me calling him Teofimo. He going to court against Top Rank. I don't know. I think he got some situation for sure going on with Top Rank. He ain't want to speak on it, but I know it's some issues over there. I know it's some smoke over there. You know what I'm saying? And everything ain't on the up and up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And he did it to himself, Cal. He really doing it to himself. That's why I say he self-sabotaging. I don't know what's up. Yeah, you be having me call him Teofimo. My bad, y'all. My bad. But he's ruining his own career. He getting in his own way right now. Jermaine's Puerto Rican, Dominican. Maybe Mike could count him McKello. I don't know. Can you? Maybe you could count him. I don't know. Going to court with that flight attendant also. Is he? Who? Out of the chance of 140, who you think Teal can beat? I think champions, you said, right? Who is the champions now? You got Ryo, you got Paro, Tio, and who else? Who I'm missing? Puyo? Is it Puyo? Puyo got a belt? Yo, listen, he got a chance to beat any of the champions, but you just don't know what to expect from him. To be real, he got a chance, but who do I think he can't? He can beat anybody with the right night. Any of those dudes up there. I think that's what's dope about 140. The top guys, I think anybody could win on any given night. That's the way 140 is looking at. Nobody to me got 140 by the balls. Nobody. You get what I'm saying? Nobody's fully taking control of 140. I feel like it's wide open. Teal got some wins up there, but he keep calling himself the king, but he ain't fighting nobody else that would allow him to call himself a king and really be one. So I don't understand what he talking about. I don't level with Teal when he talking that craziness. Feel me? Y'all be talking that craziness. Oh, Teal flight attendant. Oh, the flight attendant girlfriend. Yeah, man. He got some stuff going on. He sidelined himself. Like I said, you expect to see him clout chasing. Expect to see more clout chasing from him. Any more interviews he do is going to be more clout chasing because he's trying to keep his name relevant because he ain't got nothing going on. And he already doing interviews talking about he ain't never made more than $1 million or made $1 million yet. And that's crazy. So I don't understand how you think you the king and you ain't getting paid like one. That's because you ain't fighting like one either. And you having them up and down performances out there trying to facilitate deals without your promoter involved and shooting yourself in the foot. Yeah, Puyo. Puelo, Puyo. I don't know how they be saying the best until they become the best and they start being very selective of opponents. Because they know the real infinite, they know how hard it is to get there. Then when they get there, they start trying to find ways to maintain being there, and they don't necessarily want to take the toughest paths no more. They want to try to facilitate money fights. That's why you start seeing people be more selective, bro. You get there, and respect to them because they put in so much work to get there. And then once they finally situated and established, they feel like they come to a point where they can now select and pick more. You know what I'm saying? Which is the reality. That's kind of how I go. They get to a point where you win enough and they start allowing you, they to pick some of these lesser options. Then you fight in the same venue as AB and Blair. Did he? I don't know. Too, I guess high school gym. From what I understand, he ain't a big ticket seller. Teofimo. From what I hear. Forget about the the thriller stunt. You get what I'm saying? He try to pull the triller. Yeah, triller. He try to pull a fast one without Bob. And think about it, they still putting him in position to be successful and giving him opportunities and multiple options, not just one option, but he ain't took none of them. Crazy. He crazy. Bro, oh man. They're gonna be on his helmet for that one. Devin Haney. I don't think Devin Haney is bothered by all the hate. I don't know why everybody see everything as hate. It's not all hate. Some people just my bad, y'all. I had to write a message. Be in boxing news. Watch the playback. Hit the like button. Shout out to my guy. Yeah, I see you, Cal. Yeah, they're gonna be on his helmet for that one. I had seen that somewhere too, but I'm telling people they gotta open their eyes a little bit more when it comes to Devin. Everybody don't hate him, man. Y'all gotta stop forcing it. It's like y'all, if y'all want everybody to hate him, just say that. But everybody don't hate him. I mean, I don't agree with his move right now, and this is the result of making a controversial move that a lot of people feel like they wouldn't make. You know what I mean? And it's not going to benefit your career. And this is the thing that how I know how much money he said he made is not reality, because if it was, he wouldn't be still chasing money. If you made over $35 million from this last fight, you still chasing him for money in court. Get what I'm saying? Like that money gonna be your downfall. And that sound like a whole lie in and of itself, man, because Ryan got you chasing waterfalls, man. Somebody get TLC on the phone, man. Get TLC on the phone. We don't gravitate with Devin, at least I don't. Favor G's was good with it. Nah, I rock with him. I don't care for the lawsuit thing, but I rock with him. But really, the only thing, just like Cal said, is the battery part. The rest of that, do your thing. You know what I mean? Go. But that's what I'm saying. He chasing fool's gold, and I think that's what Ryan been. You chase money. Remember he's talking legacy, and then he said, "Forget legacy is about money." Then you end up not making the money you're supposed to make, but saying you did. Now you still chasing them for money. It's like Ryan got you chasing your tail, and you chasing a carrot, and it's like you never gonna get it. Chasing a rainbow. Yeah, I'm telling you, chasing rainbows at this point. So everybody who's gonna book his next fight. Man. See Irvin the Wiz, my guy, was good with it, bro. He in a tough spot regardless, because I don't know where he wants to go from here. In a tough spot regardless, he's gonna have to stand for something. And he's gonna have to, again, as long as he on the sideline, as long as he fighting cases in the court, not fighting people in the ring, it's gonna be a lot of negative press. It's gonna be a lot of opinions on him, and a lot of people just not gonna give him the respect that he feel like he deserves. It's not gonna happen. The only way to get respect in this situation is to beat somebody up, preferably Ryan. But if you can't get him because it don't make sense, you need to beat somebody up. Kind of put some distance between you, his lawsuit, the Osterine, that fight, all of that. I think that's the next available step. But I wonder, is he going to stay out of the ring until he sort that situation out with Ryan, or is he still proceeding with his career as regular, as normal? But I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know, because right now it just seemed like the moves is only mainly motivated by money. You get what I'm saying? Money. He damaged your reputation. Ruins your earning potential. Like, the reason he messed up the purse bid because of what happened in the fight. You get what I'm saying? There's so much stuff, and it's all money related. This dude, what's so weird about this is you started this situation chasing money. And I think when it's all said and done, it's gonna have you losing money. It feel like that because you still asking Oscar for money, lied about how much you said you actually made, which is wild. I don't understand why you wanted somebody to believe you just made. I think boxers really think we stupid. They think you just wake up, fight, and because you fight and it's a name that did well in this fight, that y'all could just throw out wild figures and we gonna run with it. 50 million for Ryan, over 35 for you. Like, man, get y'all asses on. That ain't no damn $100 million fight. What the hell? They don't know $100 million fight with dudes talking about they ain't get paid with no back end money. Where do you get $100 million? You telling me y'all made that much money up front? See how easy it is to just shoot down the false narratives? If you made that much money without no back end, y'all gotta be some of the smartest fighters I've ever seen in life. Like, how did you facilitate and make this? Where did that money come from? You get what I'm saying? So I never believed it. I always thought it was stupid. And by what they saying, shit, they damn near pretty much telling you that fight made more than the Tank fight made. And you know that's BS. So I don't know, man. In court, like, it seemed like you want to see for 100 million and ride out. He been figured out now. I'm telling you, what if that he ride out? He gonna try to get that last lick, huh? See, Irving gonna get that last lick in the court, get him a bag and slide out, retire. Should be tough if he does do it, though, man. Be tough if he did do that. I mean, an era where the world hate is used to deflect the truth. Hey, man, great point, TM. Yeah, man. Yeah. Ah, man, you saying it, bro. Talk to him. Yeah, man. Yeah, people are just disappointed, bro. Don't nobody hate them. That's why I'm like, they're like, damn, they ain't want to see you do that. And like I said, we have a long track record of y'all selling death, talking about what y'all was going to do, him being C-level, you going to beat his ass, he ain't improved since this. I mean, you name it, y'all said it. If he dies, he dies. Like, y'all said everything. And now, that's what y'all doing. So it's like you got people, like, mine's going to think if this something like this happened, if you took a L like this against them, even though you got your O back, you would still want to go out there and fight him. But nope, fight his ass. See you in court. 2.6 million is what he made. Yup. Eddie said he was stupid for taking such a low guarantee. We find out they missed the ball, man. Trying to look at what I'm telling you. Now that might be trying to be like a name I shall not mention. Dodge J, what it do, man? We'll put it past Bill, stick the game up, and we out of here. Hey, man, they'll still be successful. They'll still have beat the odds and all that good stuff, but they'll kill their reputation on the way out, though. You know what I'm saying? But look, overall, I'm rooting for Haney. Think he'll bounce back. He got it in him. I think he can do it, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. I make sure y'all hit the like button, man. And again, shout out to the JBT family and everybody in the raffle. Let's run this raffle one more time before we do depart up out of here, man. Shout out to everybody that's participating. Everybody that's in the raffle, good luck to y'all.
It's time for another raffle brought to you by the JBT. Our first item is a new 10th generation iPad with a liquid retina display which shows off beautiful color and has plenty of power for all your handheld computing needs. Great for work, play, or just movies on the go. How much is it to enter, you ask? Just $10. Or you can catch the deal with 3 entries for just $25. It's easy to enter. Just cash app your entries to $JBT Network 1. That's $JBT Network 1. Our second item is a set of Konichi Bear Bluetooth noise-canceling headphones. Great for gaming, movies, or travel. As the second prize in this great raffle. Our third item is a Ninja brand air fryer. Great for all your air frying needs. Cooking healthy with the JBT. So send your entries via Cash App to JBT Network 1. That's JBT Network 1. $10 each or 3 for $25. Put raffle on the comment line and you are entered.
Shout out to my guy, Big Dre. And again, man, we appreciate everybody that's entered the raffle. Got the Konichi Bear headphones, the 10th generation iPad, Apple iPad. Got the Ninja brand air fryer so y'all can stop burning the pizza rolls, the Hot Pockets, and the TV dinners. You know, best of luck to everybody. And like I said, we do appreciate y'all. But to put a bow on this, man, boxing continues. Tank is on the way. We got that. We got Hitchens and Parrow on the way. Kenneth Sims getting a fight. You got something shaking, man. Devin Haney getting dragged through the mud right now. Ryan Garcia out here getting removed from video games. And rightfully so, man. We just gave boxing its just due, like we always do, y'all. Like we always do, man. Gary Russell still talking about Tank. What else is new? And I think he gonna be doing that until he retires. Said Eddie won't even book him for $1 million after his last performance, so he want to sue now. Man, worst fanboys in history. That's not none of the boxers want to take a loss because of YouTube. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, this dude is just talking. Hey, Power Ranger, you mad? How mad are you right now? Why you coming in here so hot, man? You came into the wrong channel talking about narratives and bias. That's where you got me screwed all. Yeah. You came to the wrong channel to talk about narratives and fanboys. Damn, you struck out. Fanboys, narratives, bias. Yeah, that'll get you that'll get you kid see that in the corner, you know what I mean? Big No Gaming. Shout out to my guy. That'll get you a seat in the corner somewhere. Your ass in the corner. Nah, what's wrong with boxing is we have boxing fans that they don't really love the sport. So when y'all come through to these these newer channels that y'all never heard speak, y'all just assume everybody pushing narratives. No, we push boxing over here. You know what I mean? No narratives, just boxing. Just boxing, just good conversation. The problem is we students of the game, so we know how to learn about the sport of boxing. We don't just come in here complaining and being mad. It's not about nobody's a fanboy or fangirl. We believe we love this sport, and we build it up, man. And we know how to have conversations that don't tear the sport down. You know what I'm saying? Like, notice somebody else, because I'm assuming that's Tank related, because that's where most of the people that complaining come from. You know what I mean? On the side, y'all just be mad at people not slandering Tank Davis. That's what y'all be wanting. Somebody said he fought tomato cans earlier. I told him to name them. Damn, I ain't seen the name yet. That man ain't said one single name. He said he fought all tomato cans. You would think out of 30 tomato cans, he'd be able to name at least one tomato can, bro. Bro couldn't name a damn solitary tomato can. We gotta start building the sport up. It's not about fanboys. Don't get caught up in the name calling and somebody, don't make nobody feel like you a fanboy because you support the sport or you support an individual fighter. Because I won't get up here and say Tank Davis is a cherry picking bum, a prospect, 30-year-old that never fought nobody. By the way, Tank Davis been 30 for 5 years, 4 or 5 years now at this point. I'm a little sick of that. I think he's 29. I don't think he's 30 yet. Still, 29 is 29, 30 is 30. If you know, you know. Don't be speeding up nobody's age process, but all things real, Tank been 30 for 4 or 5 years at this point, y'all. I know I'm not the only one. They've been saying Tank was 30 for about 4 or 5 years. No lie. Yeah, he's almost 30. Tank 26. Yeah, he's almost 30. Tank turned 27. Yeah, he's almost 30. He 28. Yeah, he's almost 30. Like, damn, at some point, you going to be right. Not only is he going to almost be 30, he's going to actually be 30. I've been saying this shit for 4 or 5 years. He fought Devin Haney. Tank was like 24 right there. Dev was 16. It's like, bro, so they 8 years apart now? Yo. Damn, man. Build this sport up. Let me make this point before we get out of here, man. And shout out to my guy, Allen, man, in the Cash App supporting the grind, man. Much love. Said for the hard work, man. That's love, man. Appreciate you supporting the hard work.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
right.
well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
To my guy, Allen, man. Look, and I want to say that, yeah, he been 30 for 30 years, bro. I want to say this. Still knocking dudes out. I want to say this. He been beating ass for a long time, too, man. Like, I got a couple clips, Tank been kicking ass for quite some time, man. Y'all know.
Gervonta Davis, get money bum.
What's your record, Tank?
160 and 10.
What you got to say about somebody want to see you, y'all?
Body shot. Did you just see that body?
160 and 10 is crazy.
119 out there. You want to see me? Holla at my coach, Calvin.
I'm sick as 119 out there. You
got Black Knight?
You want to see me? Holla at my coach.
I put his ass in the gym all day.
Bullshit. Get me when I'm tired. When I'm in shape, I'll bust that ass. Don't lie. When I was in shape, don't bust that ass.
I'm not lucky. I'm God blessed, nigga.
Bullshit, nigga.
We got Coach Kyle with the little truck in the ring. We got the real Spartan down his bitch.
And it crosses my mind, but boxing is way down on the list as far as children getting injured.
No problem. Hold that. Hold that. Clipped his ass, man. Had standing 8 counts left. I just played that just to rub it in. I want to say this before we get out of here. Stop letting people make you feel like you can't be a fan if you want to call yourself that or a supporter of a fighter. You just because you're not up here tearing these dudes down and calling them every name outside of their, their birth name, don't mean you ain't calling how it's supposed to be called, man. I believe in building the sport up. I think that's what's wrong with it. Most of the people that say they love the sport, you can't tell because all they do is complain. And over here, it's just never something I'm going to do. If you want to be a fan of Tank Davis, be a fan of Tank Davis. I don't care if you want to be a fan of Ryan Garcia, you're on your own with that one because he bogus as hell. But you want to be a fan of Shakur, Wilder, Spence, Crawford. When you really rock with the sport, you are a supporter of any talent that's putting on the right way. It doesn't matter who it is. So that's the difference between me and people. You're not going to tell me how to think. You're not going to tell me who to like, how much to like them, what I got to say about them. We don't got to tear these dudes down because guarantee you Every last one of y'all, and I mean every last one of y'all that come through here with the negative Tank Davis comments, Shakur is scared. Imagine y'all getting in the ring with them. Imagine you getting in the ring. You personally, the ones that's calling them soft, even the ones, Devin Haney a bitch, she's soft. Get in the ring with him. Guarantee your opinion of him being soft will change. And I think as men, we need to look at it like that. I ain't trying to hear you don't box. I don't want to hear you ain't in shape. We'll stop talking like that. Now, I mean, these dudes is far from pussies and soft and all this other stuff. They box for a living. They take punishment to the brain for a living, bro. Ain't nothing soft about it. So, again, don't let nobody tell you how to be no supporter and no fighter, bro. We support the sport. I don't care who you like. If you find a reason to rock with somebody, rock with them. If they, performing and putting on and representing the sport at the highest level, you should respect it. That's where I'm at with the Tanks, the Shakurs, the Devins. Look how long these dudes been at the top of their game. Devin won, 30 fights straight before he lost and then got that overturned. You get me? That shit ain't easy, man. I think people we become too accustomed to downplaying what is something that's not easy to do. Think about the percentage of people in the world that box before you think about calling another fighter soft or saying he ain't this and he's a pussy that. And think about it, the percentage of men that box. And if it was that easy, everybody would be doing it, bro. So now the man ain't soft. He showed you that when he kept getting up from them damn left hooks. No jokes, no funny stuff. He showed you that right there. Now, maybe how he processed or deal with something, after it happened to him is not what you prefer, but I don't think it makes him soft. So again, you want to be a fighter. Shout out to Devin Haney, man, the real Devin Haney. He said by suing ninjas, man. And I get that he wouldn't sue, but I like I said, you got to know, Luke Thomas and Brian Campbell said his team might be sitting down convincing him, look, we really got a case here. And you know what I mean? Maybe they didn't consider image. Maybe that's the shit that they block out and just go do what they do. Maybe they just trying to find a way to financially cripple him or put him in some type of situation for what he put them through, even though it's not equal and the same. But that's probably their train of thought, man. But we'll see, man. Shout out to Dev. Get back in the ring sooner than later. I want to see you bounce back. Ryan Garcia, UNTO, both bogus. Lamont Roach and Tank Davis is a great fight. Lynn Parrow, Richardson Hitchens is another great fight. Jalil Hackett is on that card as well. Boxing is winning, and so are we. So with that, man, that's my time for today. I appreciate everybody that rock with your boy all the way to the end. Much love to everybody in the Super Chat, Cash App, the real MVPs. If you hit the like button today, if you popped up over here and said what's up, we rock with you over here, man. Much love to y'all. Shout out to everybody, man. Y'all make sure y'all enjoy the rest of this good Thursday. And y'all beat me here tomorrow, Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be back, y'all, to build on this great sport of boxing, how we always do. So with that, much love, and we up out of here, y'all. Peace to the fam.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. 4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
What's going on? And one of my favorite channels, if y'all into that pugilistic perfection, if y'all into that boxing, that's that boy Just Do Boxing here on YouTube. Make sure y'all check out Just Do Boxing, the only unbiased boxing channel on YouTube, because I am definitely